Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Live from the Sword Coast podcast. My name is Kevin Madison, and I am your friendly dungeon master for this evening. With me in person tonight is one of the... I got to stop saying regular fixtures because you guys are all regular fixtures. One of the participants in the Live from the Sword Coast podcast, Steve-O.
How's it going? I play a Twi'lek bounty hunter with a heart of Tartarus gold named Oscara.
I should say from the outset that what we are playing this evening is... Fantasy Flight Games trilogy of games, the Star Wars games, Edge of the Empire, Force and Destiny, and Age of Rebellion. This is the season finale for our first season of our campaign. So if you are joining us for the first time, I would encourage you to go back and view the earlier Star Wars videos on the Dungeon Musings channel, so you can get yourself caught up. Almost everyone who is here tonight, actually Steve was here for most of it, you were just briefly gone when you were on walkabout. Everyone here has been involved, so if you want to see what brought our heroes to this climactic series of death scenes, I would encourage you to go back and check that out. So, Steve-O is playing Oscara, the Twi'lek bounty hunter, and I'll go the order that you logged in again. So, Jeff, you want to go next?
Yeah, Jeff, playing Oddball. He is a modified surgical droid who is now a saboteur for the Rebel Alliance.
Technically, we can only see the top of your head, actually, Jeff.
Oh, is my camera all screwed up? Oh, you should have told me.
Sorry. I thought you were doing it intentionally for some reason.
Yeah, I guess I bumped it earlier and I didn't notice.
Kilroy, it's just poking over. Sorry, Corey.
Hi, I'm Corey. I'm playing Vendry, the Duros spy for the Rebellion, and intergalactic man of mystery.
Mm-hmm. Nice. And then finally, Dave.
I'm Dave. I'll be playing Pash, Corellian smuggler extraordinaire.
Yep. And Brent.
Hey, I'm Brent. I am playing Dash, the Corellian human Jedi Shadow.
Excellent. So, as at the start of all of our Star Wars sessions, guys, let's start by setting the Destiny pool. By everyone rolling one Force die, please. Ooh, one dark side.
Chocolate for one dark.
And we'll do reporting again in the same order that you guys logged on. So,
I haven't rolled yet.
Okay, Jeff.
2 light side.
Light side, nice.
Corey, one dark side.
One dark side, nice. Davido?
That is one dark side.
Yes. And Brent?
2 dark side and 1 light side.
Yes. So we are 5 dark side and 3 light side is where the Destiny pool is starting.
Sounds about right for a season finale.
Yeah, that is somewhat appropriate for where we find our guys. So before we actually launch into the scene, I want to talk about one story thing too. One of the because I keep forgetting about Asher, I was thinking of one way to try to make him more present is to actually give him a personality beyond the sort of, professor out of water that we have been kind of playing him as. Because that's honestly not what I intended from the get-go. It just sort of, that's how I, he sort of ended up getting played like that, and that's how he sort of remained. And the truth is that he's been, like Lor San Tekka, he was a in-the-field archaeologist looking for Jedi relics for quite, for a number of years before he ever got into academia. So he actually has a much more, and that's reflected in his lore skills. So what I was thinking of a personality quirk to sort of reflect that is that, so retroactively, if I can ask you to picture that every time that he has made a lore roll for one of you guys, what it's been is like he's revealed some other thing he's done that you're like, wait, you did that? He's like, oh yeah. Didn't I say that? So like when you got help for the, the, what do you call it, the makeup of the Imperial Navy. He's like, oh yeah, no, I worked on the Imperial survey ship for about 3 summers. We went out on the, on the outer rim, and you're like, I didn't know that. It's like, oh yeah, of course. And then when he succeeded in helping with the Streetwise check, he could, he's like, oh no. So I spent a 3 years working on Tatooine as a marshal enforcing against the Hutts. And you're like, wait, you did what? Oh, I spent 2 summers or 2 years working as on an aquaculture farm on Mon Calamari. So this is sort of, if you can picture that, it's the guy who sort of like feeds in with little tidbits of information every now and then that you're like, there's a lot deeper story, but you don't have time to go into it. That's what Asher has been for you guys so far. Okay?
Cool.
So, with that in mind, our scene opens with sort of on Asher, who was left on the Argent Shadow. Now, Asher is, which is for those listening at home, the Argent Shadow is the starship that the crew shares. So Asher is in the sort of common area, and he's sort of flipping through some text. He's been, I'm thinking that what he's doing is there's been some, maybe Brent, you had mentioned that one of the possible things that at least Dash was thinking of was, trying to explore more about Jedi history. That's really sort of one of the particular interests that you and Asher share. So maybe with the assistance of Master Issa, he's been doing that, right? He's been doing some further research to identify the, potential locations where you might go in the event that you're able to do that. Yeah. I say this still standing by what I suggested last round, which is try to find some, immediate motivations for Dash that keep him interested in the whole group rather than having, one thing that he pursues. But anyway, that's what Asher is doing right now. So he's at the table. He's got his holo, displays. The data pad's going, and maybe you left the holocron open essentially, like you left it on. Oh, leave the holocron on for the dog. It'll keep him happy. So you've got that thing open.
I think that's something that Dash would regularly do because of Asher's interest, and I think him and Master Issa would have a lot to speak about.
Definitely, that works out. Absolutely. Okay, so he and Issa are sort of talking, and they're going back and forth about trying to identify some specific spot. And Asher is saying, "Well, I don't. No, Issa, or Val, we can't go there. That planet was decimated 3,000 years ago. There's no life on it anymore." And Val says, "Well, that would surely mean that there's no one to stop us from going, then, isn't it?" He's like, "Well, I don't know." He looks around, and Val says, "Did something malfunction with the holocron?" And Asher says, "No, that wasn't the boom." And he says, "Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no." And he's scrambling around, and he realizes he doesn't have his comm with him. He goes running up to the cockpit, which is the easiest view of things. So he goes racing through the corridors. Val says, Asher, you left me behind. Asher, and we hear her voice kind of trails away as he goes running down the corridor. He gets to the cockpit, and he's looking outside. And all he sees is the dark ochre-colored sand and rocks of the canyons of Themis. You see him looking out the windows. We kind of cut outside, and you can see like the wind is howling, and you see his tiny little form poking out the window as he's looking around. And we go back inside the cabin, and he's looking and looks a little confused, and then boom! And he scrambles over and hits some buttons on the console, and whoop, whoop, some exterior cameras come up. And what he sees is that there are 3 Themis chargers.
Yeah.
Remember I mentioned these last time?
Those guys are big.
Those big,
Oh, yeah.
boom! We're kind of testing, the way that like a ram might against a tree or something. Wham! Up against the Argent Shadow. It's really doing nothing. Like, if they're not even moving the thing, that where they're hitting is as to the side of the hull, and as tough as these things are, they're not hitting it at full tilt, and it's a fucking starship hull. So he kind of looks, and it's really just the fact that the Argent Shadow landed on somewhat an unstable surface that it's allowing it to sort of have any movement at all. So you kind of
aren't there 2 guns on the?
There are, yeah, on the sides, but firing the guns would probably alert the Imperials. remember that you guys did try and fly in under the radar here. So he kind of looks and says, shakes his or sighs in relief, seeing what's going on, and then he hears a whoop, 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 whoop. And he's looking around again, and he goes over to sort of the circular display that indicates proximity. Whoop, whoop. He's looking at it, and he hits something, and his face goes ashen. And he says, "Oh no!"
Ashen.
And then we cut to our heroes other than Dash. So all of our heroes other than Dash are standing in the canyon.
I think, if I remember correctly, Odd and Vendry, we might have spoken about this after the podcast, but basically, Vendry is filming a little Hollow documentary.
Yep. No, that was. I think that was. Yeah. Okay, so you guys are doing that, and does that mean Vendry, Oddball, you're operating the camera or the Hollow recorder?
Yeah, I'm operating the camera for him, and he's talking about it, and.
Okay. So, and while you got that new slicer, that new computer slicer that's been installed, right? The thing that Brent sent in it was a piece of equipment that you got in the last emails.
I didn't have it. I didn't have it last time. Maybe it's still sitting in the box on the Argent Shadow.
Oh, sorry. I meant for Oddball. Sorry, Brent had suggested a specific kind of computer hacking thing that gives you 2 blue dice instead of 1 blue dice.
Yeah, I have that. Yeah.
Oh, I have an automatic blaster now, don't I?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
So you're Oddball. You're recording things, and then you can. There's like a irritating buzzing. What you guys are doing right now is very hot. You've been hiking through this heat for probably about an hour, a little longer. Dash did the most irritatingly Jedi thing that he could, which is you wait here. This is for me alone, and then walked into this cave in the side of the wall and followed it down. You've been waiting. You're almost missing the what he calls the icy weather on Corfi. Not quite there for those of you who grew up in arid environments, but what you're really feeling right now is exceptionally bored. It seems like Dash has been under there for at least an hour. The sun is very slowly moving across the sky. You're keeping your sensors out to try and detect if there's any probe droids or so forth. You're listening, but all you're hearing is Vendry stand in front of Oddball and saying, "Okay, let's do one more take. So you're on Themis, and then blah blah blah, and whatever your best kind of like crocodile hunter. This is a Themis charger. It really doesn't like being agitated, so we're going to agitate it."
Yeah.
Is that too soon? I don't know.
Oh, and hey, Corey, that the droid, it's like an actually like sort of like movie documentary. That the legit purpose is for it to like do like record like TV and stuff or Hollow shows or whatever they call them.
Yeah, but it's like I said, it's probably in a box still in the Argent Shadow.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm going to get to that right away. So
if there's floating droids from the Empire that are scanning this area, I don't want to introduce another floating droid that they might be able to hone in on.
Good point.
Yeah, good point. Okay, so Vendry or Oddball, you're recording this. Pash and Oscara, you're crushing the board. Well, actually, no, that's not right. You're fairly more responsible than Pash is. So you're probably actually keeping an eye out. You got the big gun, and you're kind of and the heat really isn't bothering you. Like this is fucking nice. This is nothing compared to the winds on Ryloth. You, Pash, however, like, there's no liquor, There's no women. There's no gambling. There's nothing but waiting. Pash, what are you doing during this time?
You know what? Pash will tinker with the ship. No, you know what? With his speeder, he's
No, you're with everyone else, so you can't do that back to the speeder. Remember, you guys all left and hiked out in the middle of this canyon that was exposed. Just just so we're all on the same page. Remember the end of last session, you guys had arrived on Femis. You snuck onto sort of like the dark side of Femis, effectively, and then ducked down into approach this massive, like 100-kilometer long rent. Remember, Femis was normally a very tectonically stable planet, and like it is nearly decades, if not hundreds of years, between seismic events. Even though it's full of canyons and caverns and shit like that, what happened recently is there was one of those massive shifts, and a 100-kilometer long gash across the planet was open, exposing the canyons or the caves to gain access to the crystals that are used to power lightsabers, or rather, at least to focus lightsabers. To access this canyon, you guys flew down and then did some like fancy flying. You skipped across the side of one of those big, eroded hoodoo things, and sent some crashing down, which drew a lot of the present security away. And then you guys got out, and you all hiked up that big scree. What do you call it? The scree approach, and then down into the canyon, and then Dash did some Jedi stuff, and he led you guys along for about an hour, and then disappeared into the canyon or into the cave. Does that make you remember that?
Yeah. That's all coming back to me now.
Okay, cool. So that's where we are right now, and Pash, you really have nothing you can do unless there's. Like, I'm just going to try to picture what Pash does while he's waiting for, like, a meetup on a smuggling job or something like that, because waiting is part of the gig for him, right?
Well, I'll tell you exactly what Pash is doing right now. He's sitting there practicing his quick draw. He keeps pulling his blasters out of its holster while he's kind of mumbling old Western monologues under his breath.
Nice! So, we have Vendry and... what do you call it? Vendry and Oddball, filming this thing, and then like in slightly out of focus in the back of the frame, we've got a guy who's kind of like.
And I think Vendry keeps saying to Odd, "Is he in frame again?" And then like looks back annoyed.
You know what? Pash looks over, and
that's why Vendry has to keep making takes.
Yeah, every time that Pash thinks that Vendry has moved the camera a bit to move Pash out of frame, he slowly like backs up while quick drawing, just always slightly ever so far in frame.
And I'm guessing he's doing that surreptitiously because he doesn't want him to know that he wants to be in frame.
Yeah, exactly.
I would never be so vain.
Yeah, so it's really quick draw. Take a quick look back, moonwalk a little, quick draw, look back, moonwalk a little.
You have hours of this footage at this point, Corey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, so Manoscar is doing his actual job and keeping an eye out. The Oddball, there's something that's bugging you. It's like you can try. If you were a human, it's like there's a ringing in your ear. There's something that's kind of what's going on. Can you make a computers check for me, please, against a difficulty of 2 purple, so average, and you get to use those 2 blues from that new piece of equipment you had installed.
Cool. Okay.
Good girl.
Oh man, am I good at computers now?
Lost her so quickly. Yeah.
Against 2 purple?
2 purple, please. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna crush it.
Oh no, hold on. You know what? Yeah, I'll make that 1 red. 1 red and 1 purple.
1 red, 1 purple. Okay.
Yep.
You're antagonizing him, Jeff.
5 successes, an advantage, a triumph,
Nice.
and that's it.
Back.
Okay.
Despair.
Okay. So
Still at the-
here's what happens, and here's what the what do you call it, triumph is. So you're sort of you just can't get this like buzzing or whatever out of your head. So you finally stop and you run a diagnostic, and Vendry, you're like odd, hey odd, and all he's doing is just staring off and kind of running this subroutine. You finally identify. Remember how you've had a couple of times when there's been that weird that you've suffered strain and something's happened. It happened to you on Terrace. It happened to you on Ariadu, and I think it might have happened to you on Core-Fi as well, or maybe it didn't happen on Core-Fi, but it happened in these other 2 places, and it happened almost immediately before you guys suddenly encountered Imperials. You realize there's a subroutine that's running as part of that comes from that giant data dump that you took from the Black Wizard, and it's something that seems it runs below. If you didn't have that new thing installed, it's just given an opportunity to sort of do a refresh or a remapping of your memory, and you can see that there's this thing that constantly has been running, and you're like, well, what the hell is? And you explore it a little further, and what you realize is it's a fucking transmitter. It is something that is broadcasting your location, effectively screaming out on Imperial channels where you are, who you are.
Bastards.
And you're like, what the? How long has this been? And that's when you sort of realize that there's something coming back. There's something pinging back. And you realize that there are, within about maybe 25 meters or 30 meters of your location, about 12 Imperial comms that are about to reveal themselves. We kind of go from that code to you, back in, you've come back to real time or whatever, and Vendry is saying, Odd, am I in frame? Is he out of frame? What do you say?
We got a much bigger problem than the framing.
Okay, and that's where we cut to back into the darkened cave. And what we see is illuminated by a small glow stick is Dash, dressed in his it's armor you're wearing now, isn't it, Brent?
It just looks like normal clothing. So
Okay.
I just sort of like a long kind of jacket.
Yeah. Well, it's not a jacket. Well, I guess it could be. Yeah.
It's sort of almost like a longer vest. He's got like a normal shirt and pants with a kind of longer vest on it, and the
So
vest has a hood.
A dress. You're wearing a dress.
No. He's wearing like pants and a shirt with like a vest type thing on it.
Uh-huh. So you're wearing a dress and pants. Nice. It's good look.
Dress and heels in his room. He never dresses.
Well, Brent, so if
Dress and dance.
if you're going for a Bowie man dress thing, that's the stuff that attracts extra XP from this DM.
Not very good for the.
I thought wasn't our private conversation that all those type of clothing would stay Dash's secret hidden in his room on the Argento?
Keeps playing, what is it, All the Wild Horses?
When Dash is asleep, Vendry dresses up Odd in that stuff.
That's a clothing line.
I don't have to wear this wig again.
Okay, so anyway, so in the scene, so what we see is Dash standing there. Your face is illuminated only by the light of the glow stick that you had activated when you first came in. Some distance away, likewise surrounded or enveloped in darkness of the cave in which you find yourself, is a more sinister form illuminated by two shafts of blue light. and the face is a Itochi, who, oh yeah, I do have it sitting right here. Hell yes. So this is what an Itochi looks like, guys. That's a chick, but with the little horns on them. You think of Sassy Tam. It's one of the Jedi guys in the Jedi Council. He was an Itochi as well. One of the dudes who got cut down by Sidious in the Chancellor's office. One of the Jedis who died like punks in Revenge of the Sith. Anyway, he is there, illuminated by this thing, and he has just finished. So he just sort of announced his presence. There is a pregnant pause, and then he says, "Well, my apprentice, what do you do now?" What do you do?
I'm not now, and will never be your apprentice.
You forget, Dashel. I can see the future. I know the decisions you will yet to make. You are yet to make. This is not a choice. The destination is assured. The only question is, how difficult is the path to your destiny? He kind of begins spinning the lightsaber somewhat lazily. So it's kind of whoa, 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 whoa. What do you do? He's moving as well, like circling.
What color is that lightsaber?
Blue. A double-bladed blue lightsaber.
I will try and, I will make sure he doesn't block my exit as best I can.
You sort of look behind you, and you can see where you came in, but he's moving in. You've got a choice of either moving to try and not let him get upon you, or staying and facing. As context, guys, Master Rule was the master of Brent's character's master. So Brent's character's master was, or Dash's master, was also a Jedi Shadow who was specialized in the two-handed lightsaber, or the double-bladed lightsaber. She learned that from Master Rule. The Itochi have a unique racial relationship with the Force in that they are a precognitive species. They can see the future.
How far into the future?
Sorry?
How far into the future?
It depends. It is not. It's not a certain thing. Like there's not like a planet full of lotto winners. It's more of a. They have vague impressions in installing or and interpreting dreams and things like that. Like Yoda says, like the future is in flux, right? But the other thing is that Master Rule. One of the reasons why Brent has good reason to fear is because he was a member of the Temple Guardians, the Order of Temple Guardians. The Temple Guardians are the finest swordsmen in all the galaxy. So this is a guy who was and retired from being one of the best swordsmen or duelists in the galaxy to become essentially a Jedi spy. Unfortunately, he apparently fell to the dark side, and he murdered Brent's master. And then he intentionally let Brent go free and told him that he would see him again. And that I believe he told him that he would come to learn with him. So, Dashel, what are you doing?
Dash centers himself, reaches out with his senses, and says that my master taught me well. I will never fall to the dark side. And by sort of reaching out with the senses, I would like to sort of like commit my force point to my defense. So if he's
Love it. Yep. So you can feel. So as you reach out your senses, what you feel and what you connect with is just a terrifying, roiling wave of anger and aggression and fear that is just coming off in palpating waves from Rule. You almost recoil, but you manage to sort of try and, you feel, first off, you feel just how fucking powerful this guy is, and secondly, you feel that you've got some kind of idea of when that, when his anger is going to lash out. So, in terms of, are you staying in place while you do that, or are you maneuvering at all?
I'm going to try to maneuver and keep my distance. I know very well that even if probably without the slightest advantage, you would kick my ass. And if given the slightest advantage, he would definitely kick my ass. So okay. I will, and also he's armed. I am not, other than like a blaster pistol. So I will,
okay.
Blaster rifle or pistol at a close range, okay. Fight is probably not going to work. So I will, do my best to sort of like, I will engage with him in conversation, but as he tries to close, I will try to not let him.
Okay, so you're doing that, and you're sort of maneuvering around, and you're able to sort of, he's hopping, like doing one of those like, Jedi, leaps to sort of maneuver around, and you realize he's hurting you a little bit, but there's not really much, you've got a choice of letting him close or, staying the fuck away from him. He maneuvers you to a point where sort of you realize that, like, Jesus, there's a fucking chasm behind you, and it feels like you're sort of being boxed in, and that's when he sort of he has finished. He keeps spinning the blade as he's talking to you, doing this. Where are you going, Dashel? You cannot escape your destiny. Do you not wish to do something? Or do you wish to keep running? Cowardice is neither of the light side or the dark side. Boy.
I am no coward, Rule. I just do not wish to be that close to your presence.
Another word for the same thing. And he gestures, and I would like you to make an acrobatics check for me, please, against a difficulty of 1 red and 2 purples, please.
Sorry, did you mean like athletics or coordination?
I mean, let's see here. No, I don't mean athletics. I mean coordination. No, yes, coordination, please. Thanks. Too many games.
Okay, against the difficulty of what?
1 red and 2 purples. Someone was too busy correcting the DM to listen. I'm sure no harm will come from that.
How many light side points are there?
There are 4, and there are 4 dark side. So
is he attacking me with his?
Pick the thing and roll.
Okay, I will spend a light side to try and dodge.
There are 5 dark side and 3 light side.
Can I actually use my dodge talent?
Nope.
Okay. Oh. So, cancel. That yellow came up blank. So, 1 failure and a disadvantage.
Okay. So you're, what do you call it? As you're keeping your senses out, you realize that he's moving something in here. There's the scraping of something heavy, and you're like, shit! You kind of move to the side, but unfortunately what you end up moving into is a stalagmite, or the sort of the remains of one. And you sort of stumble and you fall and you clark your head, and you take 4 strain.
Okay.
And you are prone. What are you doing?
I will get to my feet.
Yeah, you scramble to your feet, and he's laughing. Where will you run now, Dashel?
I do not understand how one can enjoy a life given into fear and hate.
You are living a life of fear and hate, are you not? Do you not wish to see me dead? Do you not tremble in my presence?
It saddens me to see what you've become and the deeds you do.
You have no knowledge of the deeds that we are capable of by embracing the dark side of the Force. He's moving a little closer now.
But they are all deeds of selfishness and evil. There's no benefit in it.
Brent, is that honestly, you told me that what your character's overarching sort of motivation or whatever was hatred of this guy?
No, my character is got the emotional thing of compassion, and
Weakness?
Hmm?
His weakness?
This is hatred.
Exactly. And the way you described to me before was hatred of this guy. You want to rethink how you're responding?
Yeah, okay, I can work that in.
So I'm
What do
going.
you mean if he's not a bad guy?
When you were back on the Sky Temple in the Kolar system, remember what happened?
Right.
Thought of him?
Yeah. Sorry, I blanked on that.
Well, that's okay.
I may despise what you did to my master.
You know what we're going to say, Brent? This is the moment when the shock of seeing him finally, fades, and that's when the raw, naked, hatred that you have been feeling has a chance to break through. So story-wise, we explain why you haven't been responding that way so far.
Okay. I'm cornered. I'm going to try and leap past them and out to, like, open space.
Okay. Why don't you, make a athletics check. Are you trying to, make a force leap here, or?
Well, I don't really have that ability. I want to, I guess, I can try and use the force to push myself, and just what I'm doing, I'm putting all my energy into getting so I'm not cornered. Right now I'm basically cornered, and he's got the better of me. I want to free myself.
Okay.
Get out of. I don't want to be bound by him, or feeling.
Here's what I'm going to allow you to do, Brent. You will get 2 free upgrades to your athletics check, but you have to roll a force die, and you're stuck with whatever dice that comes up.
Okay.
So the way I'm picturing is that you're just reaching out with what there's a lot of competing emotions going on right now, and fear is probably a good part of it. We'll just see what happens, what you tap into.
All right. Huh. What was the difficulty?
Sorry? Well, I heard more than 1 dice roll. I asked you to roll 1 dice, please.
Yeah, you said an athletics check with 2 upgrades and a force dice.
Right, but I didn't give you difficulty, and I asked you to roll just 1 force dice.
Okay, well, the force dice came up with 2 light side points.
Awesome. Okay, great.
Well,
so then,
you said make an athletics check.
yeah, but I didn't give you a difficulty, so I'm not sure what you rolled yet. Your difficulty for it, Brent, will be 1 red and 2 purples.
Yeah.
That's what you get. How'd you do?
1 despair. Wait. and 1 success and 1 advantage.
Nice. Okay. So you leap and you propel yourself forward with the what do you call it? With the power of the light side. You manage to tap into not the feeling of loss or of your master, not the feeling of hatred towards him, the feeling of compassion you have at Rule's fall to the dark side. Going with what you had said earlier, and you leap yourself down, and you go over him, and you land right in the middle of the cave and stick the landing perfectly. And you see, he kind of turns around, and you're as surprised, perhaps even more surprised than what he is by that. What do you say?
I think instead of saying something, I'm going to draw my blaster.
Okay. So you go to draw your blaster, and he says, that is more like it. And he does this, and you hear a rumbling from the far side of the cave, and you know that some of the stalactites have collapsed, sealing off your entrance. That's your despair. We now cut to our heroes outside of the cave. So I'd like you guys to roll initiative for me, please. This will be cool. So remember, just roll cool, and tell me what you guys get for results. And I need to pull some stormtroopers out.
Oh, not cool.
Oddball's mom says he is.
Oddball's mom was a toaster. Oh, success!
One success?
Yep.
Yep. So Brent just sent it today. The updated ones. Should be in your most recent inbox. Pork, how'd you do?
Success, 1 advantage.
Nice. And Dave?
Coolest presents, right? That's 3. 1 advantage, 3. Sorry, with 3 advantages, 1 hit.
Okay. Dave, how'd you do?
4 successes.
4 successes. Nice. And Brent, how'd you? Oh, no, Brent's not there. Okay, so you guys have. I'm gonna roll for the bad guys. Okay, so these are done. Let's put this out of the way. Put that out of the way. Oops. And move that handle in.
Bad guys.
Okay, so there are 3. I'm just gonna roll for 1 and then.
How close are we to the cave entrance?
What's that, Quark?
I said, how close are we to the cave entrance?
You guys are effectively almost at the cave entrance. Let's see here. So we've got bad guys, then all the good guys. So so effectively what happens is as I described, there is a ton of white with red sort of accents troopers who sort of come down the are kind of marching down the canyon. They're like, oh, there they are, and sort of start bringing up, and they're for this round it's going to be stormtrooper accuracy, so they're just firing. You see, there's
getting warmed up.
Yeah, well, they're sort of trace, what do they call it? Following fire or whatever. Actually, no, fuck it. I'll make an attack on all you guys. Okay, so there is one group of things. They are going to be at long range. Let's see here. Yep. Okay. So I'll go in the order that I normally go. So against Skara.
Can
yeah,
I
let's
dodge?
see. 1, 2, 3.
Can I use my dodge talent?
What does your dodge talent do? I don't remember.
Dodge talent, I use 2 strain to knock you up 2 difficulty. To 2 reds. To 2
Okay,
reds.
then I get to re-roll then, because
because
otherwise it doesn't.
Right.
You have to say before. So mark yourself down for 2 strain.
Alright.
Okay, and I'm going to spend 1 dark side point to bump that next one up.
All right.
So,
Spending strain, Steve?
Sorry?
You spent 2 strain?
Yeah, 2 strain to get 2 misses. Looks like.
okay, so you got hit once and I got an advantage. So,
All right.
Steve, you take 10 points of damage as the
Minus
blaster.
soak, which is 6. Okay. Wait,
Yep.
okay.
Okay,
I
and
connected
then
Whoa.
against Oddball.
Why am I connecting to your internet?
Let's see here. Odd against you. That cancels. That hits with 1. So they suffer 1 strain. You take 11 points of damage as the stormtroopers are blasting away. Hendry. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So you take 12 points of damage. And Pash.
When the stormtroopers show up and they're about to start firing,
Yeah.
Vendry pees a little.
Pash, you actually take no damage. They missed you. I did get advantage. No, actually, I didn't. I rolled nothing against you overall. So you're sort of, and you turn around and there's blaster shots that are going all around. And you see all your allies are being hit, but you are not. So you guys get to go now. Who's going next? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
All right. So how many of them are there?
There's at least 12.
Anybody in the forefront?
They're sort of not really. They're all at long range right now.
Is there any cover around here?
Mm-hmm. Tons. And what you'll gain is instead of getting 1 black to their roll, you'll add 2 because it's pretty significant cover.
Okay. I'm actually going to move up as close as I can, and while hiding behind that.
It takes you a maneuver to move from short to medium, and then a maneuver to move from medium to long, and then, or is it 2 maneuvers? 2 from long to extreme, 2 from extreme to away. Yeah. So it's one. It will be 1 maneuver to go from short to medium, and then or from long to medium, and then 1 from medium to short. So how close are you planning on getting?
We'll go from long to medium.
Okay. So that's just the maneuver, which means you still got an action, and you could spend 2 strain to take another maneuver.
Oh, you know what? I'll take 2 strain and move up to short range then.
Okay. Okay. And then what do you want to do?
Thanks. I will.
Get out there. Wait, what the fuck am I doing? Ah!
You know what? The way, basically, since Pash has been practicing for the last 3 hours,
Yep.
he's gonna hide behind a giant boulder, and he's going to do basically a side bunny hop while he's and basically exactly the same thing that he's been practicing for 3 hours. Both guns out, and he's firing away.
Go ahead. Okay, so if he wants to fire with 2 weapons, then what happens is the difficulty goes up by 1 purple, but he can hit with. Hold on. I don't know how this works. Okay, where's that? Honey, what's up? Yeah? Can you guys hear that? Ow! Yummy.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus. Emmy's supplying the wrong sound effects. That's my Rancor sound effect.
Vendry is actually thinking about that it's actually Rancor week on the HoloNet, and he's missing it.
It's a very popular week. Okay. What in the fuck was I looking up? Why not? Okay. Okay, so Dave, you designate 1 as your primary weapon, Oh God. Okay, so just take your primary weapon, increase the difficulty by 1. So actually, it becomes 1. If you move to medium range is 2 purple. That goes up to 1 red and 1 purple. And you make your check, and you can spend 2 advantage or 1 triumph to hit with your secondary weapon. Make sense?
Okay. So the difficulty at this point is 1 red, 2 purple?
1 red, 1 purple. Because if you're at long range, it's 3, but I don't know if your weapons are long range. I don't know if they can hit at that range. If you moved up to medium, medium is 2 purples, which becomes 1 red, 1 purple on account of your dual wielding.
But I've actually moved up to short range.
Oh, okay. Short range is 1 purple, which becomes 1 red. And they did not take cover because stormtroopers are like that.
Okay, so it's 1 red, 1 purple?
Yep. Yes, please.
Oh,
Is your internet Shaw A00116?
Yep.
Is it 1 red, Kev, or 1 red, 1 purple?
Just 1 red. Did I say 1 purple again?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's trying to split focus.
Right.
He's super sketchy.
Whoa.
Or is it?
Yeah, well, it's where my sheets are and stuff like that.
The internet, my internet's been terrible the last little while.
Okay.
So, for the wireless at least, like that's why I plugged some of the shit directly in. Dave, how'd you do?
4 success, 1 advantage.
4 success and 1 advantage. Okay, nice. So, what do you want to spend that advantage on? And what's your damage?
Where do I find my damage?
It'd be damage of your weapon plus 4. Plus 1 for each success.
10.
10, nice, okay. So you're blazing away, and one of the stormtroopers goes down. And you won advantage. Unfortunately, not enough to get a second hit. You're sort of blazing away, but only one of them really connects. Okay, who wants to go next?
I have a question first.
Of course.
Does Asher know how to fly the Argent Shadow?
Sorry, what's that for?
Does Asher know how to fly the Argent Shadow?
Yes, he does.
Do you guys think it would be a good idea to call him and tell him to bring it to our current position?
I would think so.
All right, so Vendry, hiding behind a rock, gets out his communicator and tries to contact Asher. He's like, Asher, Asher!
Someone is jamming the comms.
Jammer.
Can I use a comm jammer to unjam the comms?
You cannot. You sort of like, you duck behind, you pull it out, and you're like, shh, that's my trick.
Can I use my comm jammer to jam their comms at the same time?
Their comms are jammed.
Okay.
Like what the comm jammer does, it just floods the area with static. So like they effectively can't talk either.
Okay.
Okay, so that's sort of your turn, Vendry. Who wants to go next? We got Oscara and we got Oddball. Let's rock and roll. Oscara's gonna go next. Okay.
Yeah. So how does my auto fire work?
It's 1 higher difficulty, and if you hit, you spend 2 points for each additional hit.
2 points for each additional hit.
Yes.
Okay. 2 points
of advantage.
advantage. Okay.
Yeah.
Now.
Right now you're at long range.
Long
your
range,
weapon
okay.
is long range.
Yep. Maybe I'll just aim and hide, take cover. How do that? Can I do both?
Yeah, that's two maneuvers. You'd have to spend 2 strain to take that second maneuver.
2 strain, take a second maneuver. Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so Oscar just took 2 more strain there, Jeff.
Okay. And then aim, which gives me what, an advantage?
One blue dice, and then difficulty is 3 purples. And let's see here. Do I want to draw on the power of the dark side? Not yet.
All right. Here we go, baby.
Let me clear the rest of the shit out of here so we know what are the dice you actually rolled. Go ahead.
Rock and roll. Here Oh yeah, baby. Boo
Okay,
yeah.
how
What
we
do we
do?
got here? We got us. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 distant threats, 1 miss, and I have 2 hits and 1 advantage. There we are.
Okay. 2 hits and 1 advantage. So your that bumps the damage up. So your heavy blaster does 6.
Right.
It does 10. Plus your 2 hits is 12. So one of the stormtroopers goes down, and one of them gets tagged.
Oh yeah, baby.
Okay. All right. So that's Oscar's turn. He's firing away with his strap. Now he's kind of fucking Jesse the Body Ventura from Predator.
I ain't got time to bleed.
9/11 was an inside job planned out by Ted DiBiase.
Okay. And then Oddball, what would you like to do?
Are they close enough that I can throw a grenade at them?
I think grenades are short range, aren't they? Yeah,
Yeah.
short. So you gotta move.
They're at long range? Okay.
Long
I don't
range.
have anything that can do long range. Okay, I'm going to take cover.
Okay. So it's a maneuver, and is that all you're gonna do, or are you trying to like get right behind the rock?
Yeah, like as much cover as I can get.
Okay. So that'll be Oddball. Okay. So top of the round, Stormtroopers. The troopers are taking cover as their action instead of aiming. And then, let's see here. So, Pash, you dropped 1. So, there's 1 less yellow dice in their pool. And unfortunately, however, they're at short range now. So, they hit easier. Pash, you take, let's see here. It's only 1. So, that cancels. You take 10 points of damage, please. Stormtroopers are getting a little more accurate. They're firing at you. On Vendry, you were fully behind cover, so they're basically pinning you down. So they're firing away a suppression fire. The bits of the rock are exploding behind you, but you're not getting hit. Oscara, you are still at long range, and you took one of them down. So it's only here. Let's see here. That is actually they miss altogether.
Oh yeah.
Yep, and they take 1 strain. So one of your shots actually tagged them while you're sort of like trading fire at the same time, and they're now missing you. And then finally, Oddball, you likewise are pinned down. There are blaster bolts that are hitting all around you. But yeah. Okay, so then it's Pash. What are you doing?
So they've already gone?
They have gone, yep.
Okay, you know what, I will take, I'll go at him again.
You know what, guys, I'm going to ask you too, because I just can't keep track of it. This is a term from 4th edition D&D, and it's just an easy way to remember it. When you're at half wounds, that's helpful, Jeff, but I just don't have time to scroll through it. If you hit half your wound threshold, like if you're halfway towards losing it, let me know, please.
Yeah,
everyone is.
Everyone is bloodied?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone is more than half dead.
Okay. Then, Pash, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'll try. I'll go at him again.
This is a non sequitur. I was thinking of because I thought it'd be funny to give Dash, because Dash and Pash I keep fucking up. I was like, haha, I'm gonna pay you guys back by giving you your full names. So Dash is Dashel, but he goes by Dash all the time. Pash was gonna be Pashley.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Okay, I'm choosing not to do that with Pash, but that was my thought on my dog walk yesterday. I'm like, you sound like a spring break girl. Okay.
Yeah, that advantage from last time. Can I use that to enhance my roll this time?
Your which, sorry?
The advantage that I got last time on my last roll?
No, 1 you cannot use to boost yourself. You need 2 to boost yourself. 1 could be used, though, to boost your allies.
Okay.
So maybe you're yelling something back to them to do?
Yeah, I'll pass it on to whoever's going after me.
It seems like Oscar's the only one returning fire.
Okay, then yeah, I'll throw it over to Oscara.
So what do you say?
What was that?
What do you yell back?
Oh, on your right. There's one that's open on your right.
And there is. So you get a blue in your next attack.
Yeah, booyah.
Do you want to pay him back the favor because you had that unspent?
Oh well, indeed I do. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's we're helping each other
So
out.
what does Oscar yell back?
Covering fire. All right, you take the guys to the right.
So you're both calling out on the right.
Perfect.
Master,
We're gonna cross streams when we do that.
No, you take.
Here's the deal. You take the guys on the right, and I'll take the guys on the right.
Well, someone should yell, "Your right or my right."
Yeah, camera left.
We're facing. We're facing opposite directions. All right.
All right. So then, what do you call it? You're sort of saying for what I'll interpret it as is, Pash, you yell back. What do you call it? You take the ones on the right, and Oscar yells out, "Look out for your right!" And you look over, and there is a guy who's presenting a perfect opportunity. Pash, you get a blue as well, thanks to Oscar.
Okay.
Yay, teamwork. So go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to use my my maneuver to aim.
Brent, the camera just froze a moment ago. It looked like you were staring lovingly into Dave's eyes.
Was actually.
Nice.
You missed it when they came back on. They were kissing.
Once you kill the stormtroopers, then you can rescue Dash.
Yeah. Okay. Pash, what are you doing? You were at short range right now, so it is one. But because they're taking cover, you add one black to your dice pool.
Oh shit!
Fucking stormtroopers.
That's 3 successes and 5 advantage.
5?
Yep.
Wow. Okay, so what I'm going to say is, so you did 5. Sorry, only 5 points of damage. That doesn't make sense.
No, sorry, he did
It's
9 damage.
9 damage.
5.
Okay. You take down 3 more stormtroopers. They're blazing away, and 3 more are gone. Okay.
Pash will finish that off by twirling his guns and holstering them.
Okay, there still is 9, I think, left. So.
Hey, Kev.
Yeah.
In that attack, he only used 2 his advantage to activate his.
Don't ignore it for now. I'm just going through. We'll talk about use of advantage afterwards.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Then next up is Vendry. So
Okay. Just a quick, a short question before I take my action.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a complicated question. Anyways, before we were found by the stormtroopers, we had been sitting around for how long?
About an hour, maybe a little bit more.
Okay, now if you remember, I was filming a documentary, and I was specifically interested in the Femus spinner, biology and habits.
Yep.
Is it possible that these underground dwelling spinners have a hole, like a hole into their nest nearby?
You could spend a light side point to change the scene and do that. Sure.
Okay, and the nest is between us and the stormtroopers.
Works for me. You have
And
3 light side point and 5 dark side point in the Destiny pool right now.
okay, Vendry is going to take out his blaster rifle.
Yep.
And aim it at the entrance to the spinner hole.
Okay.
And he's going to fire a bunch of blasts at it to knock it open.
Nice. Okay. So I'll say that's medium range. So 2 purples.
2 purples.
And I'll give you a blue.
And can I spend a light side point?
Say again.
Can I spend a light side point as well?
You can. Yep. Absolutely. There are 6.
Okay. What
dark
is?
side- What's that?
Now I have to. I'm trying to find. I can't remember where my.
Yeah, I think it's on the right column. Is that right, Brent?
Gunnery.
Weapon
No.
skills on the right.
Yeah,
No, it's
it
going to
would be
be
on the right side. It would be
light.
second from the top.
Yeah, and it's
Ranged
ranged
light.
you're looking for.
Okay. Cool.
Ouch.
Yeah, your internet has some issues, eh?
Yeah. Not as, I mean, if you're like genuinely not able to keep a connection at all, it's
Yeah.
not that bad.
So that's
Yeah.
3 green, 1 blue, and 2 purple.
Everything.
If you can't, do you have the password? Like, did you enter the password?
I do. You know what I could do is I could take the cord from your PS4
No.
and plug it in there. No.
No.
Okay. All right.
No. Sorry, how'd you do, Cork?
So it's 3 green, 1 blue, and 2 purple.
3 green, 1 blue, and 2 purple. That sounds right. Yes.
Okay. We've got 2 advantage.
2. Okay. So you think you've blasted away all the covering stuff that's there. So what you can choose to do is either grant, let's see here, a blue to an allied target's next, like to your check or one of your allies' next checks. You can add 1. You know what I'll say is as you're blasting away there, there's some movement in there that will grant a black to the stormtroopers who are shooting at you their next action.
But I haven't released any horrible
You
monsters.
haven't really kind of released the horde of them yet.
Okay.
Okay. Now it is Oscar's turn. What are you doing?
Oscar, Will. I'm still behind cover, and I can. And so the auto fire is. I just can't see my sheets. Is the only problem. So it just works.
Oh, yeah.
So you know how it works. I just 1 advantage. Is that right? Per hit. For extra hit for auto fire.
If you're fighting auto fire, it's against 1 higher difficulty, and then you can spend 2 advantage to each to get an extra hit.
Sure, let's try it. Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead.
All right.
So where are you at right now? You're still at long range, which means
still long range. Okay.
Yeah, because you didn't close, did you? Or did you close to
I did
medium?
not close. Yeah, no. I didn't. They
Actually-
I thought they were closed.
No, they're staying at long and shooting,
Okay.
and they're taking cover. So 1 extra difficulty means it. Wait, is it 1 extra difficulty or is it upgrading it? I'll say it's upgrading it. So it's 1 red and 2 purples, and I'll look it up afterwards.
Okay.
And add 1 black as their cover,
Okay.
and then roll your heavy weapon.
Get it
Oh, shit.
on. Let's rock and roll.
Steve is currently rolling 4 yellow dice.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah,
Wow.
that's what I'm talking about. 5, 6 threats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits, and 2 advantage minus all those disadvantage threats. So I guess
Okay,
it's
so 2 advantage gets rid of those, which means you're suffering 4 strain.
okay. 4 strain. Wow. Okay.
4 strain, and actually with 4 threat, I can do something even worse. Ooh, wow. How close does that get you to collapsing?
He
I'm.
is 9 of 13 strain.
I think I.
Okay, you're not going to take that. What he takes instead is Jeff. He takes 1 strain, and unfortunately your footing as you're sort of because they're blasting at you while this is happening too. You sort of and you stagger a bit, and it kind of gets wild. You collapse stones above the entrance to Dash's cave.
Oh dear.
It's
okay.
sealed now.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But damage though. Let's see.
all right.
You did so. The 1. So how many successes? 1, 2, 3,
7 successes.
6, 7 minus the 1 fail, so it's 6 net, which means you do. God, so good thing you're fighting against a minion though. So they just keep taking damage.
Okay.
6 plus 10 is 16.
Nice.
You drop 3 stormtroopers still.
Oh, son.
So you blast him away. Okay.
Nice.
Holy shit, honey, settle down.
And 1
All
Jedi.
right.
Yikes.
Okay, so then last is Oddball. What are you doing?
Okay, Oddball's hiding here in his cover. He's gonna use his sensors and try and see if he can get an idea of where the jammer is in the battlefield. And
Okay. So make a perception check, and I'm going to give. That's going to be a difficulty of. So normally that would be a difficulty of 5. I'm going to say 4 purples, and I'm going to give 2 blacks for it just because of the amount of intervening terrain, and I'm going to spend a dark side point to upgrade it.
Oh yeah.
So you have 3 light side. So it's 1 red, 3 purples, and 2 blacks.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
1 success, 3 threats.
3 threats. Okay, so you're sort of like looking up and kind of looking down or looking over for where they are, and you hear this. There's more things blasting around, and then you think you kind of like, oh, there it is, and you're hit by a blaster bolt. So you take the rest of it as strain, please.
So 4 strain.
Yeah. Okay, I'll remind everyone, too, that you guys can spend advantage to recover strain. So in case you're finding yourself rocking a little too much strain, you can do that. And I think everyone has the med kit or whatever it's called, too, don't you?
Stimpack.
Stimpack, thank you.
That, yes. Is that incidental, or is
in
it
the event that, I think, yeah, it would be a, what do you call it, maneuver to use it. Okay, so... We are actually, at this point, you're sort of like, you guys are blasting away, blah, blah, blah. Now it is, Stormtrooper's turn. There are actually only 2 groups really left right now, at least so you can see. And let's see here. Guys, who loves their character the most?
Why do you ask?
So Steve and Dave, you answered first? Awesome. Thanks, guys.
I was looking for some qualification.
This is why I appreciate you guys. Team players. Okay, so against Oscara, it's long range. Let's see
Dodge.
here. Okay, hold on. Oh, reroll. Thank you.
Sorry. Thanks.
It's okay, sorry, Steve. I was rolling too quickly. Okay. But I got a triumph as well.
Oh.
Here's the thing I want to do, guys, is I know that it's, like, we've got, in theory, we can be... having a despair and a triumph happen at the same time. With the amount of reds and yellows we're rolling at this point, I'm just going to say that they're offsetting. Because we're going to, progressively, as you guys get more experience, we're just going to have too many times where there's a despair and a triumph. There's effectively a 9.5% chance of rolling a despair or a triumph on any given dice. So...
That just perfectly cancels that one.
That's effectively what I'm going to... Oh, does it?
Everything just perfectly cancels there.
Yep, there you go. No, it doesn't. Hit and a threat.
No, that's an advantage of the threat.
Oh, it is. You're right. Yeah. Okay. So, effectively, I just rolled a despair and a triumph. That's what made me think of it. But yeah, because I was running numbers for my game, I realized that there's any given one of these has a 9.5% chance of rolling a triumph, and any of these has a despair. When you add those together for larger dice pools, it just gets crazy how many we're going to potentially be rolling. So that's what's going to happen, is they're just going to cancel instead of having to figure out what, offsets.
Yeah, I agree, because otherwise it's, instead of being like something crazy good or crazy bad being really infrequent, they just become like, commonplace miracles and nightmares.
Yep, absolutely. Great. Okay, cool. I'm glad you guys are on board. Okay, so one of them just opened fire on Oscara, and there's probably some stray blasters going at you guys as well, but they're not hitting. The next one, only 2 of them are going to shoot at Pash, and I'll
The
tell
rest
you
of them are
more
giving up?
why. Let's see here. Pashley, you take another 12 points of damage, please.
I'm dead.
You've exceeded your wound threshold.
That I have.
That means you're down, and you take a crit.
Do I just give a total, Kev?
Yeah. As long as he doesn't take a total of 6. I can't remember what his what do you call it? What is?
Or do I just say that his current is his total of wounds?
Once the current is his total of wounds, because remember, wounds go up. You don't take your threshold and go down, you go up. Your threshold, once you exceed that, that's when, that's one of the nice things about the game, is that the math works in an easier direction. You just keep adding the net damage. Okay, Dave, dark or light?
Dark.
Ooh. He chose poorly.
Is this the season finale or the series finale?
Good question. Okay, Dave, you take an agonizing wound. The difficulty of all your brawn and agility checks are increased by 1 until the end of the encounter. That stings like a motherfucker. You're also out flat on the ground right now. The one stormtrooper who did not shoot at Pash, maybe you shouldn't have holstered those guns so quickly. He sort of arches his, or raises something up. There's a patook, and this flare goes up into the air and explodes. Clearly visible, even in the harsh daylight glare. At that point, we're going to cut back to Dash. Dash, you just landed, and the thing is crumbled behind you. I'm picturing for the last, we come back sort of in medias res, and you are once again trying to, avoid, what's his name? Avoid Master Rule's advance. He is stalking towards you, and says, "Running again. Running is always your choice, Dashel. There is much that you need to be taught."
I have nothing to learn from you.
That is but your first lesson then, boy. But what do you do?
Well, I know how good he is with the blades. I'll try shooting the cave up above him and to try, maybe I can knock some rock down on him to distract him. I know, he'll be prepared to, deflect something.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. It'll be, I'll give you just a difficulty of 2 purples, Brent.
Okay.
And then, you know what? Here, I'll start using some of these dark side. I'll upgrade that to 1 red, 1 purple.
Yeah.
Give me a sec, guys. I'm just going to take some drugs.
Feel it. Come on. All right.
3 success and a disadvantage.
Okay.
Right.
You're blazing away at it, Brent, and sure enough, the ceiling starts to kind of come crumbling down. One of the stray stones hits you, and you take 1 strain. And then it is, but as it's sort of crumbling down, as you expected, Rule is sort of easily able to, dance between the things, almost as if he knows exactly where they are going to fall. But he does say to you, "Yes, that is more what I want to see, boy." So you thought you would come here and collect for your lightsaber, a pretender Jedi, without the proper training.
My master trained me well.
He stops spinning the blade. You feel she trained you well. Then show me. One of the blades disappears. Show me, boy, what you've learned. The other one disappears, and he's hidden in shadow. What are you doing?
Ninja assassin.
What you feel at this point, Brent, is you can feel the movement of air in the massive open cavern around you, but unfortunately you can only see about maybe 10 meters away from you from the light cast by your, what do you call it, your glow stick.
Okay. I'm going to...
Give me 1 sec here, Brent, sorry. Oh, actually, you know what, Brent, tell me what you want to do. I can hear you.
Okay, I just want to sort of reach out with my senses. He was projecting a lot of anger and fear, so I'm going to try and use that to sort of see if I can figure out where he is. And then I'm going to look for a way out.
Brent, go ahead and use a roll your force die and make a perception check against a difficulty of 3 purples, please.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a quick piss. Actually, should have stood up. Do you want anything?
I'm good. I think so.
Good.
Yeah, you want to make some more coffee or anything?
There's more coffee over here. Do you like it? Yeah.
Yeah.
You want some, Kev?
Uh-oh. Why not?
Those by itself. Like a skill too. Yeah.
Well, hi, sweetheart.
Yeah,
Come on, sweetheart. Yes, good girl. That's my good. Sorry about that, Brent. How'd you do?
1 success and 2 light side.
Nice. Okay, cool.
I can actually roll light side. I'm gonna jinx myself now.
You say again?
I said I was gonna brag about rolling light side points all of a sudden this session, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna jinx myself.
Nice. Yeah. Fate, if nothing else, is a real bitch. Whatever.
Yeah, Fate doesn't like cocky. It comes to rolling dice.
Okay, so what happens is you can reach out and you can feel the what do you call it? His anger, and you know exactly where this roiling, tempest of negative emotion is located. As much as you can't see him physically, you can feel and sense his presence as you reach out into the force. What are you doing?
Okay, I'm gonna try and I'm basically gonna look for a way out or something to give me an advantage against him. All right, hell, I was here to look for a crystal. I probably have the hilt. Wait, would I know how to put a crystal in a hilt?
Again, just any crystal will not do. You need to find your specific crystal. That's what you're here for, is to sense out. And unfortunately, that connection or that the thing that was leading you towards it, it's gone like a candle blown out in a darkened room. So you can't sense that anymore, and without that, you don't know where to go for it. So,
okay. I'll sort of try and look around, see if there's anything that would give me some kind of advantage in a confrontation against Rule.
I described for you sort of what the cave is like, and you did roll a couple of advantage. What do you think that would look like?
A ledge protected by some stalactites, so I could shoot, but it would give me sort of like protection from a swinging staff because it's got a large arc.
For stalagmites, then. Remember, stalagmite poke you in the butt.
Stalagmites.
Yep. See, I have to go through the mental exercise every time, anyway. So, okay, then that's what you do. You do find a place, and you sort of get some defensive positioning, and then from the darkness you hear, so you want to fight then, boy? What do you say? You can't.
You killed my master. You may kill me, but you will not. You will not turn me to the dark.
How little you know, and what I have seen. Let me light the way for you. And you hear a clatter at your feet that kind of startles you for a second, and you look down. And you realize that Rule has thrown you his lightsaber. We're going to cut back to the guys now. So, guys, you are all last round, Pash has gone down. The Stormtrooper is shot. It is Pash's turn right now. He's at short range away from the Stormtroopers. The rest of you guys are long. Pash, I take it you're going to hurt for this round. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
There's some quiet sniveling that can be heard from behind the rock.
Love it. Okay, so Pash whimpers for the round. Vendry, what are you doing?
Vendry's taking aim at the spinner hole again
Yep.
and firing off another blast.
Okay, go ahead. Make your attack
So
roll.
still two purples?
Yes, please.
One threat.
I'm sorry?
One threat?
You rolled one threat. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're sort of you're firing away at this thing, and the stormtroopers were sort of returning fire. I'm just going to say that you suffer one strain as a result. You sort of like clipped not by one of the blaster bolts directly, but it hits and sort of the fragmenting around you hits you and causes
Yeah, I
you.
imagine that I'm probably like laying on the ground and with my rifle.
Oh fuck! Remember that scar we were talking about before?
Yeah.
Guess how you got it?
Nice.
Okay. All right. Oscara, what are you doing?
Oscar, let's see. I can move up and take cover at the same time.
Taking cover is a maneuver, and moving one range band is a maneuver. So.
Okay. Then maybe what we'll do is take Stimpack, stand to cover, and fire.
Okay. It's still be a maneuver to draw the stim pack, I think, though.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. No, this is Star Wars. I'll let you do. Take and apply the thing in one maneuver.
Okay.
Yeah, and the taking cover would be another maneuver.
I'm already taking cover, though, right? I'm already behind cover.
I don't think you took cover.
Originally I did. Oh, maybe you said.
I don't think you did because you shot, didn't you?
Okay.
Or did you take cover?
Well, I thought I did both, but whatever. You didn't realize that. Okay, and maybe that makes sense with what happened there. All right. So let's say that. Then in that case, I will take.
Gaffling? Every time you do that, I think.
Gaffling. All right, I'll take cover and shoot.
Okay.
All right. But yeah, so we're still at long range.
Yes.
Okay.
You are still, yeah.
All right. So then this is take cover. So that stays the same then, I guess.
Yeah. What did I hear? Spend a dark side? You got it. Absolutely.
Oh.
Okay. So it's 2 purples and 1 red.
2 purples, 1 red.
Oh no, that's right. Because you're auto fire. Yeah, it's 2 reds.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's rock and roll.
Let's rock.
Big roll. Big roll. Let's heavy dice here.
Two yellows and one brown.
God, all right.
What's that, Cork?
Oh, I just said 2 yellows and 1 brown.
I got 3 threats we got and 2 misses, so that's covered off by that. That gives me 1 hit, 2 advantages, which gives me. Oh, it doesn't give me.
Yes, with 2 you can buy a second hit.
There you go.
So, and what it does is also you get to stack the extra damage too. So each is hit by an individual shot of that amount. So it's
Boom,
10
boom,
plus
finally
1
paid
is
off.
11. So 2 hits of 11. Yeah, you. Wow. There are. 1, 2 more stormtroopers are down.
Bam, bam. All right.
Yep. Okay. And then Oddball, what are you doing?
Can I move twice in one turn?
You can, yeah. Each costs a maneuver, and you can sub your action to do a maneuver, or you can suffer 2 strains to take an extra maneuver.
Okay, I'll do that.
So you take
Can
a. What's that, Brett?
I just wanted, hey Jeff, I don't know if you know when you. I wrote down the description of the med kit that you bought. Not in addition to it's on your character sheet, but you might have not noticed. In addition to like letting you use your medicine skill, it also allows you to act as 1 stim pack per scene, so it can heal someone of a bunch of wounds.
Cool. Okay, well, that goes along with what he's doing. So, Oddball, he was sort of like hiding with Vendry there. He looks at Vendry and he just says, I hope I'm some kind of a droid wizard. And he rushes out from behind his cover and he spends strain to charge at where the jammer signal was coming from.
Okay, yeah.
And he's going to throw a thermal detonator in that direction of that.
Nice.
And at the same time, he's like sending like an SOS long-term communication to the ship.
Okay. So your difficulty will thermal detonator has a range of short, which means you would have had to spend 2 maneuvers to get in short range. So difficulty is 1 purple, but I am going to spend a dark side. So it is 1 red.
Right.
Now I have 6 light side and 2 dark side in the pool. You.
I use my ranged light, right?
And you have 1 black to the pool as well, because they're taking cover.
Right. Okay.
Go ahead.
3 successes, 1 advantage.
Nice. Whoa! What do you call it? It hits there. The damage is, Jesus, huge, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 20.
20. Good lord. Okay, so 20 plus 1 is 21. Okay, so the remaining 3 stormtroopers are completely annihilated. The echo, unfortunately, both directions down the cavern or down the canyon, for kilometers in either direction. That sounds so much less impressive when you say it in metric. You know, it really fucking is. You know, you came in centimeters of the goal. So not impressive. Okay, so that echoes out. The comms are open, and what you hear is a whole bunch of fucking troops that are all converging on your spot. At that point, we're going to cut back to Dash. Dash, Rule's lightsaber just clattered at your feet. What are you doing?
Well, he expects me to grab for it, so I'm going to shoot the stalactites, right, the upper ones.
Yep.
And see if I can get them to fall on his position.
Well, you don't know where he is. You have a rough idea of where he is, but you don't know where he is at this point.
Break his lightsaber.
That direction for just as a distraction. Hopefully, with lucky, maybe if I'm lucky, I hit him. If not, hopefully it just distracts him.
Okay. You're blasting away, and you can hear things going. Once you stop blasting, and the echoes of your blaster finish, and the Falling the Rocks finish, all you can hear from somewhere in the darkness. What are you doing?
I will pick up his freaking lightsaber.
You'll which?
I guess I'll pick up his lightsaber.
It feels heavy and cold. What do you do?
Try and make my way back to where the exit is.
Do you activate it?
Oh yeah, I guess that would be useful, eh?
Your novice Jedi is showing.
I will smack him with the hilt.
I'll get you.
I'll do like I'll look into the barrel and then try and activate it.
Right. Okay, so Brent, this is the first time that Dash is activating a lightsaber in this campaign. Would you please describe for us what it looks like?
Not as a happy moment as he anticipated. More of a oh shit, and this is somehow a trap kind of moment. But at the same time, it's sort of like I've been training and waiting for this. It's a very, very mixed.
Okay.
And you know, it's like I've been waiting for my own lightsaber, but I'm holding a Sith lightsaber. I'm pretty sure it's a trap, but I've got a purpose. So.
Okay, and then?
I'm gonna go with that.
And then what does it look like?
I'm imagining when. Sorry.
I'm assuming it being his. It would be a red blade.
Nope, blue. This is what happens when you don't pay attention.
I remember you saying it was blue, but I always thought Sith were always red, so that's why I popped that red in.
You chose to ignore my description. Nice.
I didn't choose that. I just forgot. Yeah, okay, so it pops up. He's got a double-handed grip on it. And then he'll use the light of the blade to move towards where the exit was while
Does he activate both or only one?
both.
Rule is standing right in front of you. What do you do?
On a side note, I was imagining that when Brent activated the lightsaber, that he actually made the noise with his mouth at the same time.
Yeah, nice.
That's part of my training. My master made me go make the sound effect.
Rule is right in front of you, Brent.
I freak out because I thought I had an idea where he was. So I jump back while sort of swinging at him at the same time. It's not like so much a purposeful attack. It's like sort of like surprise and panic.
Okay. Difficulty is 2 reds, 1 purple, and 2 blacks. You say good luck with that?
May the force be with you.
Well, thanks. Okay, so the triumph and the despair cancel each other out. That's a good beginning.
Yep. First.
All he has left now are complete and abject failures.
Well, at least cancel. Actually, everything canceled out. I've got nothing.
Okay. So you're spinning this at him, and he's almost knowing exactly where it's coming, going back and ducking out of the way the entire time, laughing. We now cut outside again. What are you guys doing? Top down, Pash, you're crying. Vendry, you guys. Okay, so the scene-wise right now, guys, there are no more stormtroopers immediately here, but you can hear from the noise on the comms. They're all converging. There are more coming down into this canyon. What are you doing?
Do we have to take combat turns?
No, I'm going to say, so like right now you've got a couple, like there's probably a minute or so before they actually get here. The entrance to Brent's cave is unfortunately covered in rubble at this point, but you guys do have an opportunity to get to Pash and administer first aid if you'd like.
Yeah, that is why Oddball, part of the reason he charged out there, so
Okay.
he would be right on top of Pash trying to do whatever he can.
How much does a stim pack give back? I can't remember.
Brent, do you know?
Shit. I will tell you in 2 seconds.
It gives shit? That's terrible. Don't you? They've gone off.
Especially if it's droid shit.
Yeah, really. Stim pack heals 4 wounds, guys. No, 5 wounds.
Nice.
Does my medicine affect it at all?
No. No.
Can I do anything with my medicine at the same time?
Medicine is what you use to heal critical hits, but you need more time to do that.
Oh, okay.
And
Vendry's
Pash
going
is
to take out a stim pack and jam it right into his neck.
nice.
Can we administer 2 stim packs to him?
Can each additional one gives 1 less wounds back though.
So it would do
No,
4
I'm going to
with
be
second?
giving.
Yeah,
I'm
second.
giving 1 stim pack to myself.
Oh, okay, 1 to yourself.
Yeah, so the second one gives 4, third one gives 3, fourth one gives 2, fifth one gives 1, sixth one just makes you feel good.
Roll for athlete.
Yeah. Roll for teenager buzz.
Hey, Kev, what happened to the Argent Shadow on its way? Wasn't it on its way?
No. As far as you know, so you may have gotten a signal through. That's it.
Medical care will heal wounds, but it doesn't say how long it takes to administer first aid.
That's.
So
But I've already said that it doesn't. It takes you longer. You need more time to heal wounds.
Okay, so how many stim packs do I have in me right now?
Well, you received 1, which gave you back 5 wounds. That was from Jeff's character using his med kit. And then I don't know if you want to use more. Remember, each additional one you use reduces the amount of healing by 1. So second one heals 4 wounds. Third one heals 3 wounds. fourth one heals 2 wounds, and fifth one heals 1.
Well, with the first one, you're down below your wound threshold, Dave. You're at 11 of 12 with the first one.
Okay. Oh, I'm back to 11?
Yeah.
But you are still suffering from your critical hit.
Do we recover our strain?
Yes, you guys can all make, what is it, cool or... I remember what the other one is.
I think it's discipline.
Is it discipline? Yeah, cool or discipline, whichever is higher. Go ahead and make the roll. For each success, heal 1 strain back. Just kind of you catching your breath. So go ahead. Did you suffer? Yeah, you suffered strain.
Yep. Sorry, what am I doing?
Yep. Rolling either your cool
I
or your
recovered 1 plus an extra 2 for my rapid recovery.
You will do.
So just let me know what you guys recover.
I got 1 threat and 1 despair.
Discipline.
No, I
So
got,
you got none.
I got 2 advantage.
Is there
So no successes?
It was 2 advantage.
Green.
Sorry, what was that, Steve? What did you roll?
1 hit, 2 advantage.
So you get 1. Do you get 1? You only get the successes back, or do you get the advantage as well?
Just a success.
Each hit.
Okay.
The
The advantages give you a healthy glow.
Dave, you want to roll that?
Yeah, I actually got 2 successes.
What's that?
Okay.
You don't actually
Why the
have
fuck
it now.
didn't I do that?
That's
Yeah,
what
before,
it-
sorry,
it-
bud.
That's right.
I should have thought of that before. Okay.
Okay, then this is our current situation.
Beautiful.
So what's that, Brent? Or Jeff?
I'm just pasting our current situation.
Okay, yeah. Okay. All right, so you guys have what is the plan here, guys? You sort of, this panic thing, you know that they're fucking coming in. What are you guys thinking of doing? You'll have a chance to sort of picture
I get my health back.
Yeah, that
I
is
stim
with
packed
your,
myself, and I'm currently at 8 wounds.
What? No, you're at 3 now.
Cool.
Okay, so what are you doing? What's the thought?
How far away is the
Vendry
the
is
shadow
gonna-
cave?
is going to.
So how far away is the Argent Shadow?
Yeah.
You've no idea. Dave, sorry, no idea.
Really?
Vendry is going to climb onto the top of like one of these 12-foot
Forgive me, so
rock spires,
one sec.
and then
Cork, one sec.
look with his electroculars.
Well, one sec, Cork. It's Dave, sorry. What I meant was you don't know where it is now. You know where you left it, which was about an hour's hike back.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'd clarify that answer. And Cork, you said you're going to try and get some position and get
I'm
your...
going to climb to the top of a 12-foot kind of spire rock that we've been hiding behind.
Okay.
And I'm going to take out my electro binoculars and scan the horizon.
Okay, so you're scanning the horizon. You cannot see anything, or at least you can't see the Argent Shadow. What you do see is probe droids floating in your direction. And when you look down in the thing, there is an awful lot of white armored stormtroopers that are making their way through the canyon towards you where you guys are.
Oh shit.
What are you doing?
How far away are they?
At this point, maybe about 100 meters or so. Not far.
So they'll be here within a minute.
They will be here pretty shortly, yeah.
I would recommend you guys climb on top of rocks because I'm about to unleash hell.
Okay, what do you guys do? What are you guys doing? Pash and Oscara and Oddball.
Oh man. Trying to develop a plan and set up an ambush position until we can get.
Okay, what's the plan? Well, specifically, what do you mean by that?
Well, we're trying to. Oh man.
You get a chance to role play it out here, so talk to
Okay.
Oscara, talk to Pash.
Well, we got to get our buddy and get out of here.
Yeah, but the cave's closed, so how are we getting in there?
Who's got explosives?
That would be Oddball.
I have explosives.
Feel like using them?
Sure. Get back, he says, from the cave entrance.
Okay.
All right. I'll take up a position and sort of watch the stormtroopers.
Okay.
Okay. Oddball will attempt to use a grenade to blast open the cave entrance.
Okay. I'm going to spend a light side point for you. Blows it open. There's a small hole, but there's a small enough. It's big enough to fit any one of you guys in there.
Okay. Are we going after him, or what's the plan here?
You definitely call for him. Yeah, whatever.
Okay, Oddball will yell down the cave.
Hello? Oh. Passion, uncharacteristically laconic here. What's going on?
Well, so is the cave open already?
Cave is open. There's a small enough thing to kind of scramble into. Any human-sized, bless you, or droid-sized, bless you, person could reach in there.
You could hide in there.
Yeah, well, you know what? I mean, Pash doesn't need to be told twice, so he's gonna basically slide through like he's sliding into his base.
Okay, well, he's in. Vendry, you saw them run in.
Am I to believe that I could be concealed on top of this rock?
No, because those probe droids, that's what they do is detect. So you're pretty much from viewing from down up, they can't see you. But the probe droids, think of what was on Hoth in Empire. That's what's sort of floating along here. They're going to detect you.
And they have guns on them.
They do have guns in them. Yeah.
Unless you shoot them out of
All
the
right,
sky.
Vendry's gonna just like mutter something under his breath and then climb down off the rock and enter the cave.
Okay. And Oscar is in there too. Oddball, you're the last.
Yeah, well, I'll head in there too, obviously, since everyone's going in.
Now, you guys, what is the plan? So you guys are in there. Are you planning on getting in there and sort of like trying to follow wherever Dash went to? Or are you kind of like waiting to see what... Because the hole is conspicuous enough that they probably would see it. Or there's a good chance they would see it at least.
Is there any way to hide it? Like pull in rock on top of it?
You could collapse it further, I guess. But you'd be collapsing it behind you.
Let's do that then.
Yeah, that's a guaranteed way to prevent them from going. So you guys kind of all pull back. You activate your lights and shit like that. And then one more grenade it'll take. Do you have another one, Oddball?
Grenades.
What's that?
Don't you have plasma grenades? Can something?
I'll say you do. We can sort it out afterwards. So, boom!
Well, I know I bought some from Dave's friend at the last place. I don't have it written down.
Okay, great. So that seals that that cavern. You guys there's a stillness that sits around you guys, and there's darkness. You kind of look around, and you can see what Dash saw not too long ago. Darkness and a single corridor leading deeper into the cave network.
This is awesome. When Dash comes running, screaming out, they'll be like running, screaming in.
What's it be awesome? You guys run out, and then as his first act with the lightsabers to kill you all accidentally.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my god! Well, it won't be a killing blow. It'll just be from every adventure now on. Pash will constantly put his cybernetic arm on the table to remind Dash. Okay,
and then Dash can spend his 1,000 conflict points.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys are making your way deeper into the complex, into the cave network. We then cut back to Dash. Dash, you're still trying to rely on what you remember. Like you've been training with, like practice swords and things like that. But this is the first time you've held a lightsaber since your master's death. So you're sort of trying to, rely on the remnants of your muscle memory, because it operates very differently than anything you could practice with.
Right.
Just
I think I know what Dash is going to do.
sure.
Like that reaction was very much surprise and panic. After doing that for a bit, he'll sort of try and center himself and focus.
Brent, is hatred. Your emotional weakness is hatred. I really would like you to play that up, please.
But it's doing like if I'm.
What's that?
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. I know what I'm gonna do. So I'm none of this is working, right? So I'm trying to hit him, but he's just too good, and I know he's mocking me because he gave me the damn lightsaber in the first place.
Yep.
So I'm going to try and push past him and head towards where the chasm is.
Okay. So you, what do you call it? So you turn and you start running away from him. Why don't you make a deception check for me, please, against 2 reds and 1 purple. And I'll give you a blue for this as well too, because it's a good idea. It's interesting role playing. So.
How many light side points are there?
5 light side points right now.
I will use 1.
You got it. 4 light side, 4 dark side, guys.
Booyah.
Oh. And 1 success. Most of those yellow didn't help that much. So 1 success, nothing else.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So you're, kind of like still spinning and trying to hit him, and you're laughing, and then as the last one kind of goes by, you turn and break into a sprint. The lightsaber casting weird shadows as you're, flickering past stalagmites as you're running along. You come racing towards the chasm. You really don't know what's on the other side, but are you going to jump anyway?
No, what I was thinking of, I know he wanted me to have the lightsaber to show that he could kick my ass and I was worthless. And I'm angry at him, and there's nothing really I can do to hurt him. But I'm sure I would piss him off if I tossed his lightsaber down this really deep chasm.
Awesome. Okay. So you go running up to it and cast it off. It falls, comes almost right at you right now. I'd like you to make another coordination check, please, against a difficulty of, 3 reds, actually. There are 4 light side points if you want to upgrade, too.
You need an extra.
Yeah, I guess against 3 reds, I better do that.
Okay.
I don't even have that many yet. So,
Do I have a bag big enough to hold his head in if we...
those 2 cancel. Actually, I did pretty good. I still got 1 more red to roll, but so far, so... Oh, okay. Hell yeah. 1 success, 2 advantage.
Nice! Okay, so you rely on those senses that you had out. They predict where this thing is going, so you're able to duck underneath it. It goes zipping past you, and then back into his hand. You can kind of picture that, like, this thing is going along in the darkness, and then suddenly he's in view and it stops moving because you wouldn't see him otherwise. So he's standing there with the lightsaber, holding it up like a pike or a halberd or something like that, and he's just glaring at you. And he says, "You would cast away the weapon that was used to kill your master? You wouldn't take it to strike down your killer?"
That didn't seem to be working. I was destroyed.
I love it.
Is just he locks eyes with you, and then
I may not be able to destroy you, but destroying your lightsaber would be a disadvantage to you.
he's glaring at you, and then one disappears.
Make you mad.
And his eyes flare with a yellow power. And he says, You think making me angry weakens me? Boy, you have much to learn about the dark side of the Force! And he raises his arms up, and you can hear a trembling in the room. There are pebbles and stones that are falling down around you right now. You can hear the cracking of stalactites above you. And one falls, another one falls. What do you do?
Do my best to get out of the way.
Okay, so you're able to sort of keep out of the way of them. You can still see
Like he's concentrating on this?
what's that, Brent?
He's still got his lightsaber in his hands, right?
Yep. And he seems to be focusing on other things.
All right.
Your blaster is still in your hand.
Yeah, I will. You know what? I'm going to take a shot, and since I've
Greg?
been shooting. Mhm.
As you're lining up a shot, you can hear a voice in your mind that you have not heard in 10 years. It's the voice of your master. Dash. Vengeance brings nothing. Forgiveness opens the path to the light side of the Force. So you can picture that you've just heard this, your shot is lined up, you've got a perfect shot on him. What do you do?
Give it to the hug, man.
I lower my pistol,
And then what?
and then I look at him. When you killed my master, you ruined what I thought was going to be my life. You took someone who I very much loved and respected from me. You took the life and training I had. I hated you so much for it, and I hated what I had lost for so long. But I can't go on like this. I will gain no benefit from this hatred. So the only thing I can do to move forward with my life is to forgive you. I will always respect and remember and cherish my time with my master. But I will no longer waste my time consuming my life with hate and vengeance towards you.
The rumbling in the cave slows. The sound of pebbles and rocks falling has fallen silent. Rule brings his hands down, looks at you, and then without a word extinguishes his lightsaber. But as the white-blue glow vanishes, a different glow takes its place. Brent, tell me, what color is this glow?
No, purple.
You can see a soft violet or purple light glowing somewhere off in the distance, and you feel a wave of relief and purpose wash over you. What do you do?
I calmly and purposely walk towards it.
As you cross the distance of the cave slowly, you see the source of the welcoming light is a crystal hanging in the air that is intended for you. As you walk towards it, you find that you've drawn your lightsaber casing. What do you do?
I will open it up, take the crystal, and no, wait, I got a better idea. I'll use my force. I'll take my hands to, because it's a longer double-bladed handle. Open it up and use my mind to float the crystal precisely into place.
And as this is happening, if you hear Luke's anthem playing, that ba 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 is playing, and the lightsaber closes on it. The light is gone, and the handle drifts back to your hand. And this feels both warm and right in your hand. What do you do?
I activate the blade.
And what does it look like?
It shoots out very long in both directions. So basically, when I extend both blades, it's the entire length of my body.
Wow. 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 And it illuminates much more of the cave than you did before. How do you feel, Dash?
I feel good and at peace.
And at that moment, you guys stumble into a cavern that you see across the cavern is Dash standing there with a double-bladed lightsaber illuminating his form. So what do all you guys do?
I look at them and say, "You can leave now," and I'll start walking towards them.
Not that way, we don't.
Vendry is still looking for other spinner holes inside the cavern complex.
Okay. So what is the plan now? You can probably I mean the problem is these spinners, like, are you trying to find a spinner hole to try and use as an advantage against them, or
no, as an exit?
Oh, as an exit, I see. Like to try and get out. Sure.
Well,
yeah.
if we can find a spinner hole that links to the one that I was shooting at earlier, there's a chance that we could just escape through that thing.
Do you guys tell Dash what's going on?
Was might want to mention it.
Yeah, I'm assuming that they fill you in on sort of what's happened thus far.
There was a passage I saw on the other side of the chasm, right?
No, on the other side of the cavern.
Oh, right.
You actually don't know what's on the other side of the chasm.
Okay. What if can I try and use my move power to move the glow stick across the chasm?
You can, but again, like, there was a way out of the cavern already. That wasn't.
Okay, the second way, right?
Yeah, like the direction you were heading before you encountered Rule.
Right. Okay. Sorry. For some reason, I was thinking that other passage was across the chasm.
No. Sorry, that's I don't think I did a very good job of describing it. Okay, so so you guys are all together. You've got an idea of where to go, and Vendry is sort of trying to find a way of following these the what do you call it? The spinners out to the surface. So Vendry, why don't you please? Why don't you make a survival check for me, please?
And then I'll point out.
Give you a difficulty. I'll give you a difficulty of. Let me think here. A difficulty of 3 purples, please. That's my time. So you can see our smiling faces.
All right, I got 1 success and 1 advantage.
Nice. Okay. So you're able to locate an exit. Oh goodness. And you're not sure if it's leading out to where you came in, because to be honest, you're sort of lost underneath. You know, once you got far enough underneath. But with the advantage, what you're able to do is, as you're kind of making your way through these through the tunnels, you can kind of picture that there's a moment of, like, we kind of cut and we see the the spinners kind of go skittering along their webs, and then we see our heroes kind of, Vendry pokes his head out, looks around, turns around to the rest of the party and says, like, come on. And you guys all go by without encountering any of the Rubat spinners. This is incidentally what the Rubat spinners look like. How about I put it on the proper angle? There we go.
Nice.
Spider crabs.
Yeah, you don't want to. And I believe they're about the size, like half the size of a man.
Nice.
Yeah. So goes skittering along, and you guys go past. You manage to find your way back to the surface after a little bit of wandering. You're not quite sure how long you've been down here, but you finally make your way back up to the surface, and you find that the comms are what do you call it? Accessible still. If you tried to use them while underground, they're non-functional. Unfortunately, so you're back on the surface, and you kind of, what do you do?
Can we contact Asher?
You try, and there is no response.
Sure.
Dash goes to Oddball. I can't get my comms to work. Can you try to get a hold of Asher?
Guys, what I need you to do, please, is to, assuming that you are going to try and avoid the patrols here, I would like you to make stealth checks, please, against a difficulty of 1 red, 2 purple, and 2 blacks.
Then, well, I guess one of these. 4 of those. 1 red, 2 purple, and 4 black, you said?
2 blacks.
2 blacks.
Yeah. 1 red, 1, what did I say, 1 red or 2 red?
So 1 red, 2 purple, 2 blacks?
Yes, please.
All right. Yeah, 1 yellow, 4 green. Ooh, nothing there. Ouch. 4 misses. 2 threats, and I have 1, 2, 3 hits, and 2 advantage. So those cancel out. I have 1 miss and 1 advantage.
Okay. Anyone else fail?
Yeah.
I failed, and I got 1 advantage.
Okay.
I rolled exactly nothing.
Okay.
Ash had
Sit there.
1
Okay.
and 2 threat.
Okay. And how much threat?
2.
Okay. So anyone who rolled advantage on their rolls, you're going to get a blue to the next check. Anyone who rolled threat, you're going to get 1 black to your next check instead of strain.
What about a failure?
What's that, Quark?
What about
That's
my
not-
failure?
This means you didn't succeed. This means that what's going to happen next is going to happen next. You guys are sort of making your way through these canyons, trying to sort of locate yourself while also, avoiding the woo, 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 probe droids that are drifting overhead. But unfortunately, so there's a point you reach where you kind of you were going to zig or zag, and you chose the wrong one. So you're sort of making your way through the canyons. You can hear a probe droid from behind. You're like, go, 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 go. You're all kind of rushing along, and then you come around a corner to find a patrol of the stand troopers who all kind of like, what? There they are! Got them! And there's a probe droid with them as well. So, would you kindly all roll initiative? And remember to apply those blues or blacks as appropriate, whether you rolled advantage or disadvantage, and let me know how you do.
I yell at rebels check, right?
Okay, only one person at once, guys. Sorry.
I was saying I was going to yell at, we're not the rebels you're looking for. Then realize I don't have that power.
Are we using cool, or what are we using here?
You use what is the other one? Cool or discipline. Roll discipline for initiative, please. Because it's a surprise.
Surprise!
Surprise. Ooh.
Hey, before we start combat, I gotta use a bathroom. I've been waiting for a lull.
Anyone who wants to go to the washroom or collect water or shit like that, I'm gonna do that myself.
Yeah. I'm good, man. Thanks.
I gotta.
Yeah. Honey, no barking.
Oh.
Bark that.
Luke's big.
Okay.
Are we the only ones that are back?
I think so, yeah. Steve's still here, too.
Yeah. I'm just between you guys. I am not using the back to tank after Pash has been in there.
Advisable.
I think I'm calling dibs.
Yeah.
That feels a lot like lube, though, right?
Jesus. It's weird. Luke never got a boner while he was in the tank.
Is this back to tank warmer than usual?
All you see is strings of toothpaste floating through it.
That's awesome.
That's messed up.
Oh, man. Speaking of messed up, Pash is a little messed up right now. +1 difficulty goals, agility checks.
Yeah, that's a good. I've got 6 damage going on.
Yeah.
He's strain.
Vendry keeps saying to him, "You're gonna make it,"
Nice. Hey, sweetie pie.
and then turns to Oddball and goes and shakes his head.
Uh-oh. Bam. What are you running, Steve? Oh, because there's a... Here you go. There you go, Steve. Yeah. So, I got Emmy tonight. I got her, as usual, I got her a new toy for tonight. This is all that remains of it now.
Yeah.
Wow.
She is...
We should have found those stormtroopers that we killed and dressed in their uniforms.
Oddball had to go get more special droid lube.
It also will be difficult for the Twi'lek. Aren't you a little Twi'lek for a stormtrooper?
Just take a couple of like arm coverings off an extra body and like put them over the top.
A new affirmative action program.
Yeah, really. Which is a very new order kind of way. Okay, so everyone's back now.
Yep.
I have some bad news.
You do.
I do. The stormtroopers rolled a triumph on their initiative check. So here's to hoping you guys do better.
2 advantage.
2 advantage. Okay.
3 advantage.
3 advantage. Okay.
So are we
Two
counting
success?
success or advantage?
So 2 hits, 1 advantage. I'm sorry. What was that, Brent?
Are we counting successes or advantages?
Success and advantages. Remember, advantages break ties, and it's discipline to roll these.
Right.
2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. Do I have everyone, Dave?
Also 2 successes.
Also 2 successes. Okay, unfortunately,
Dash 2 successes and 2 advantage.
the 2 advantage. Okay, unfortunately, guys, I rolled 3 hits and 2 advantage on the probe droid, and I rolled a triumph for the stormtroopers.
No.
So
Not good.
there is something to be said for me rolling behind a screen.
Okay, well, what's the order of combat then?
So it'll be I got bad guy, and then you guys. So the stormtroopers are going to open fire first. Okay, guys, and who do they shoot at? I got to pick 2 targets.
I can try dodging.
Okay, that's 1.
Okay.
The large rock that has joined our party.
Sorry, the large rock that joined your party. Nice.
The large rock that just joined our party.
You said dash? Sounds good. Okay, so against that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. So against Oscara.
Well,
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you take 14 damage.
that was easy.
Also, you can dodge.
Dodge, I can do up. I don't mean to be a jerk, but I can do up to 2 red.
I did that. That's you upgrade it twice, which I did do.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I took 4. Okay, I'm down.
Okay, so they 1 batch of them open fire on Oscara, and then Dash. Do you have any defense crap you want to activate?
Sure. I've got my armor gives me defense of 1, and then I will dodge, and I don't know if I'm able to commit a force point to defense.
Not yet. No.
Okay, so one upgrade the difficulty and 1 black.
Okay, so I rolled a triumph and a despair. So that doesn't nets out. I got 1 net hit and 2 advantage. So I'm going to give 1 blue to the probe droid. Dash, you are hit for 11 points of damage.
Holy shite. Okay, so I'm bloodied. I'm actually down to 1 point.
Okay.
So 1 point from...
Wow. They open fire, and then the probe droid. Who wants to get hit by a probe droid? Quick.
Well, you're down to 1 wound left, Brent, did you say?
Yeah.
Once you get probed, I'm dead.
Who wants
I'll
to
get
get
hit by a probe droid. I'll get hit by a probe droid.
You get by a probe droid? Okay. Any defensive stuff on your end?
What kind of options do I have for that?
Oh, fuck. I just rolled a triumph for him. So I'm going to take that as a critical hit.
Now, do these robots see in color, or do they see in black and white?
This is a probe droid, so it sees into a bunch of different ranges of there are a bunch of different senses that are beyond what a normal human would have. So you do only take 7 points of damage, though.
Okay.
And then you take a critical hit as well. So Quark, dark or light?
Dark.
Dark, okay. Actually, sudden jolt. You drop whatever is in your hand.
Dang. Yours?
So what was in your hand? Your blaster?
Brent's lightsaber. That'd be my blaster.
Okay, so you're hit and you drop your blaster. Okay, so
No, the pistol. The pistol.
all the bad guys have gone. Who wants to go next?
I have. Let's see here. During a chase, a character adds blue to his checks made to catch or escape an opponent.
That's when you're trying to escape or chase. Are you trying to get away from these guys? They're at short range right now.
I'm grabbing from Oddball the recorder that I gave him earlier.
Yep.
And I'm fleeing as fast as I can.
Nice. Fuck y'all. Okay, so effectively that'll put you at long range then. So it'll be 2 maneuvers.
Okay.
Yep. So that was Vendry. Who wants to go next?
Oscar will.
Yeah, Oscar.
Right.
Oscar is down. He took the full brunt. He was on point, I guess. So he took the full brunt of the first Stormtrooper blast. Who wants to go next?
Okay, so we're at close range. If I engage them, they have a penalty to attack me, right?
That's right. Yeah, and they're using big weapons too, Brent, so it would be even harder.
Okay, I guess I can go.
Okay.
So, lightsabers out. I engage them, commit my sense dice, and attack.
Okay. Works for me. Make your attack, please. Difficulty be 2 purples.
All right.
You know, that seems too easy. Let's give it a red and a purple. I'll spend a dark side.
So, I will meet your dark side and spend a light.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you. You know what's going to be the best thing about tomorrow morning, guys?
What's that?
My firm has to shut down the whole building's power, which means that our email server is going down.
Yay.
Which means it is impossible for me to wake up tomorrow morning with any work-related emails.
That's awesome.
5 hours.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Love it.
Can I send you
So
a
2
secret
successes.
email, Kevin?
Sorry, Brent first.
2 success, 2 advantage.
2 success, 2 advantage.
And I would like to.
You'd like to what?
So if I can use the 2 advantage to operate, to activate the linked ability.
Absolutely. Okay, so what's your total damage?
I don't know. What kind of blade did you give me?
Just basic.
Okay.
6 damage,
I
isn't it?
think. Yeah.
Okay. No, it's 10 damage, is it? No, 6. Right. I'm looking at the wrong thing.
If
Okay.
you
So,
want to go with that full book, that's fine by me.
so that's actually, Brent. That's 12 in total. So that's great, and it's got breach, so it cuts right through their armor, which means you cut down 2 stormtroopers and wound a 3rd. So what does it look like?
He stabs one and then twirls a blade backwards, or like brings it back, hits a second, and then cuts across at a 3rd. So stab back and back.
Nice. Okay. And sorry, Cork, what were you asking?
I was asking, can I forego this battle to get to the Argent Shadow and return with like reinforcements?
You can. You're sort of heading in the when you ran into these guys, you were in the direction towards the Argent Shadow.
Because that's what Vendry's going to try and do.
Okay, sure.
Get to the Shadow, get Asher to pilot to where he's saying, and then get in one of the cannons.
Okay. So you guys. Okay, so that was Dash has taken down 2 of the stormtroopers. We have.
Would that have been 16 damage, Kev?
I'm sorry. What's that, Brent?
Wouldn't that have been 16, not 12? So base of 6 plus 2 successes, that brings it up to 8. And then with the link, that would
Yes. No.
double
Forgive me.
it.
Yeah. So you take down 3 stormtroopers.
Okay.
Okay. And then. Oh no, Brent, because the base you don't count the successes a second time. It's not like you just the base damage again. So we're both wrong. It's 14 damage.
Okay.
Okay, so still, you know what, fuck it, I'll say you take down the 3rd stormtrooper as well. So 3 of the stormtroopers are down, there's 3 stormtroopers left, and a probe droid. And Vendry is making his way towards the Argent Shadow. Oddball or Pash can go next. Oscar is dying.
Yeah, Oddball is going to administer a stim pack to Oscara.
Okay, so you've got 5 wounds back.
All right, so I'm still at -3. Is that how it works?
Yeah, unfortunately.
But you're at 11 now.
You remember to apply your
Just-
damage?
I did
Yeah.
not. I'm back at 1. Woo! All right, high five.
There we go.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, you're at 11.
Okay,
Good work.
and then Pash.
Thank you.
Sorry, Dave, I think we cut you off there. What were you saying?
Oh, I was going to say that, well, actually, Pash was going to do the same thing, but I guess there's no point now.
Okay, so you're about to do that, and you see the oddball screams out, "No, disassemble Stephanie! No, disassemble Stephanie!" And then, Dora, and then what do you do?
You know what? I'll aim and I'll try to take out a couple of the stormtroopers.
Nice. Do you want to do your dual pistol thing again?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so you're rolling against 1 red. Yep. Boy, I can't wait to use their frag grenades on you guys.
Yeah.
I just got up.
2 success, 2 advantage, Jeff.
3 success, 2 advantage?
No, 2 success, 2 advantage.
Success, 2 advantage. Okay, so 2 success pushes your damage up by 2. What's total damage?
6, so 8.
Okay, 8. Okay, so another. So there are only 2 stormtroopers left, and then you got 2 advantage. What would you like to do with that? Do you want to grant yourself a blue on your next action? You want to give a blue to someone else, or give a black to them?
Give it back to them.
Done. Okay. So then it is top of the round. The remaining stormtrooper. Sorry, there's 2 stormtroopers left. So the remaining 2 stormtroopers will. Let's see here. I fired on a scar, but you went down. Dash is fighting 2. Yeah, sorry. Big shiny scary thing. Brent, I got 1 black and 1 increased difficulty. Is that right?
Right, and then whatever penalties for shooting into melee.
Whatever. Sorry.
Whatever penalty they get for shooting into melee.
Well, you killed all the ones, so they're not in melee. They're at short range. But I'll give the black from Dave. So we got 1 success, 1 fail. Okay, they grant only 1 blue to their next action. So they're blast. Oh no, they'll give you a black. So they're firing at you, but you're kind of deflecting them away with your lightsaber. And then the probe droid. Who did the probe droid attack last time? Oh, probe droid's chasing Vendry.
Oh shit.
It'll be long range that it's shooting at you. Did you call bullshit?
No?
Okay.
Oh shit. I don't want to get extra blacks on my rolls.
No, you won't get next. Okay, so it got 3. So it is. Unfortunately, in this thing's rush to try and reach you, it kind of tries to wheel around a corner too quickly. It goes out and skips up against one of the hoodoos and takes some strain damage. But then it fires at you, and you take 6 points of damage again.
Okay.
Okay, and then it is Vendry's turn. What are you doing?
Running.
Okay, so you keep on running. Oscar,
I have 1 blue to checks made to escape an opponent.
Oh, nice. Well, why don't you make? Are you trying to outpace him, or are you trying to just to lose him in the in the canyon?
I'm not stopping. I'm like maybe weaving around a couple rocks, but I'm definitely headed to the Argent Shadow.
Okay. So what I'm asking is effectively whether you're using stealth or whether you're using athletics to try and get away from him.
I think I'm gonna use stealth.
Stealth, nice. So go ahead and make a check against 2 reds, 1 purple.
How many light side points are there?
There are 3 light side. Hey, sweetie.
How many dark side?
There are 5.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll this.
Okay.
And I forgot my blue, so I have to roll a blue still.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I'm just gonna. I got with my thing. I got a 1 to spare,
Okay.
but I want to roll my blue here to see what that does.
Okay.
1 success.
1 success. Okay. So you do lose. I'm banking the despair. I'll let you know when it triggers.
Okay.
So you're rolling. So you are running away, and you kind of duck at a corner. Or actually, well, you can describe it if you like. You would duck behind one of the stones or rocks or something, or what?
Vendry is running,
Yep.
and he turns 90 degrees, as the probe droid has to kind of turn suddenly to try and follow him. And as
Yep.
he runs around a little bit of a U shape, just as he goes out of sight, he does a running slide underneath one of the hoodoos, it has like a space that's just big enough for him to slide into.
Love
He
it.
does like a running baseball slide into that precipice or whatever, and then the probe droid goes past.
Whoa, goes past. Awesome. Okay. Oscara, what are you doing?
So it's all my allies are like they're running away.
No. Only Vendry ran away. The rest of you guys were, what do you call it? The rest of you guys were still in the scrum of the fight. There are 2 stormtroopers left in this patrol.
All right. Well, enough of this. Not how far away are they?
They're short range.
Short range.
Yep.
Time to unload on these bastards. All right.
Are you going to fire from prone, or are you going to get up first?
Am I prone? Hey, okay, then I'll sort of roll to a crouch position and.
All this is 1 block if you're firing from prone.
Is it? Well, but I have a maneuver though, right? So that I can just
You get up. Yeah.
Bing. I'll just pop to my knees, and it's too straight to fire automatic. Is that what it is?
No, it's 1 difficulty higher, so
It's one
it
difficulty
becomes
higher, okay.
a red. 1 red you're shooting.
Let's do it, baby. All right.
There's a lot of dark side points there.
Let's shoot these guys. There are a lot of dark side points there.
Let's give you guys some more light side points, so make it 1 purple and 1 red.
Oh. 1 purple, 1 red, as such?
Yep, that's right.
All right, let's do this.
You see how giving I am to you guys?
So generous. Depending what side of the force you're on. All right.
Oh! Triumph!
All right, and hit 3 advantages.
Okay.
And 2 disadvantages. 2 threats. So I have. So I have 2 hits, an advantage, and a triumph.
Okay. So you blaze away with this from basically you roll to your knees, bring your repeating blast out, you take the 2 of them out, and then you sort of spin around, and that probe droid sort of swings back to try and catch Vendry again, and you unload, and it does explodes, sending a shower of sparks around. Nice. Okay, so the noise of that has got to have drawn some attention. What are you guys doing?
We should keep moving. Does anyone have a stim pack?
I've got the packs, yeah. Yeah, you can have one of mine.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So
know.
I've got 6 wounds if you're tracking Jeff.
So Vendry, the rest of you guys, Vendry is sort of keeping point on this. Once you guys sort of collect yourselves and you make your way back through the caverns, you're able to make your way back to where the Argent Shadow is without encountering any other, or rather where the Argent Shadow landed, without encountering any other troops. You can kind of picture that you're racing along, and you can hear the comm signals and Oddball. You pick it up, so you all sort of take cover. Oscar's kind of poking his head up to try and take a shot, and then Vendry kind of like puts his hand on his head and pushes it down again. So you guys, this carries on for about another 40 minutes of this cat and mouse kind of thing, but you do manage to get it back to the landing zone. I made a point of saying the landing zone because when you get there, that despair you rolled,
No.
the Argent Shadow is not there. You walk out and you're looking around in disbelief as you come across. Because remember, you did sort of tuck it into a fairly well-concealed area so that it wouldn't be easily discovered. So it's not until you're really right there that you get there and you're like, what?
I thought we parked near Blue Octopus.
Yeah, that's 1 crater over.
So as you, as you sort of get into there, you can hear the sound of the sound of armor, effectively.
Uh-oh.
And there are, as you're standing there looking around, you can see there are it's effectively a crowd of stormtroopers. They're all coming out with weapons pointed at you.
Can I spend a light side point to change the scene?
No. Well, what do you want to try and do? If it has anything to do other than...
After we fought the other stormtroopers, Dash would have suggested to Oddball to pick up one of their comm units and see if he could hack it.
No, that's too much. That's undoing this ambush, so no.
Okay.
That's you can make small tweaks to the scene. You can't defeat what is a thing that's happening to you. Also, this is a despair, so it's a good suggestion, but it's just you're asking for too much from a light side point. So you guys are in there, and these, when you see the first couple of ones, you all bring your weapons up, and then you realize there's just a ton of them, and you hear a voice that you recognize. Lay down your weapons, rebel scum. Why don't you guys make perception checks for me against average? Tell me who does the best.
Perception. One. This is 2 purples, right?
Yep.
1 threat, 1 hit.
Okay.
1 success, 2 advantage.
Okay.
2 success, 1 advantage.
Okay.
2 success, 1 threat.
Okay.
2 success.
Okay. So I think it's Dash who rolled the best. So you recognize this voice, and it's sort of the last time you heard this was in the Kolar system.
Oh.
And what you see is clad in stormtrooper armor, but now with a full half of his face replaced with cybernetics, and carrying in a clearly cybernetic arm a long vibroblade is Aaron Garai, the Imperial Security Bureau agent who you encountered on Ariadu. He steps out, vicious, where the cybernetics meet up with the rest of his face too. There is about 2 inches worth of vicious burns and scarring. And he says, "Please, try and resist." What are you guys doing?
How many
Is this the guy we videotaped?
Sorry?
Is this the guy we videotaped?
No, this is the guy that you encountered back on Ariadu. This was the guy who gave you the orientation to the... Oh,
It's a cyborg dude.
yeah, evil Lobot. Remember him?
Yes. Right.
Only clearly his encounter, you thought he died in when the sanctuary blew up in the Kolar system. Apparently he didn't. But he's not looking too good.
How many stormtroopers are there?
Right now, probably about 50.
Is there any possibility of a retreat?
Not without getting riddled with blaster fire.
You got to say that to Vendry, and he's just gone.
So, what he says, so the wind sort of, there's a pregnant pause as you guys are trying to calculate what to do. There's a wind that whips through, carrying a swirl of what do you call it? A swirl of dust that kind of, partially obscures some of the stormtroopers, and seeing that you guys are doing nothing immediately, Garai raises a comlink to his to his mouth and says, "We have them." And you hear something. He clearly hears something back, and he says, "Very well, my lord." And what are you guys doing right now? They're not doing anything hostile against you. They're just what do you call it? Garai says again, "Lay down your weapons, or you will be shot, rebel scum. Last warning."
Is there any cover or anything nearby?
No. This is effectively a kill box that you guys are in right now.
How close is Aaron Garai to us?
Garai is effectively about probably medium range from you.
Hey, Kev.
Yeah.
Would it possible. Like Dash is fairly decent at both stealth and skullduggery. To throw down his blaster, but also at the same time attempt to hide the lightsaber hilt.
You can try. I mean, you're under. I'm assuming you had the lightsaber out because you were ready to use it, right? Well, what I'll let you do, Brent, is go ahead and make a check. The difficulty is going to be 2 reds and 2 purples. And I would give you blacks, but I think you've got an ability to ignore blacks, right?
Well, only for streetwise. But how about because we weren't expecting an ambush, I can use the light side point so I don't have the blades out. Like I would have it in my hand, but because we weren't expecting combat, I wouldn't necessarily have the.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? You sort of like, all right, we're getting on the ship, so you put it on the belt, and then realized, fuck, when you walk up. Absolutely, that's fine.
So we can't see the Argent Shadow at all.
Sorry,
we can't see the Argent Shadow at all.
You can't see it at all. No.
All right, I'm gonna put my hands behind my head and go down on my knees.
Okay. So you're down. Okay, you've surrendered, Oscar.
I'm out of health and out of moves. I think I might have to just sort of follow suit.
Okay, so you unstrap it and throw it down. Pash, what are you doing?
Am I able to use a maneuver to charge in and take Garai hostage, like use him as a human shield with my blaster pistol?
You would get there are 50 stormtroopers who are all have their weapons trained on you guys. As soon as you took a step, you'd get killed, and you'd probably get your allies killed as well.
Even Han Solo gives up, dude.
Pash will sadly twirl his pistol and stick him back in his holster. It's a slow twirl.
Maybe that's what Dash will use as part of a distraction. Why people probably focus on him instead of throwing his weapons on the ground and he's playing with them.
Again, there's 50 stormtroopers with their blasters trained on you guys. If you make a motion that seems like you're trying to open fire,
like Dash just said, he was twirling his pistols and putting them in his holsters.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pash was saying that. So I said that Dash just wanted to hide his lightsaber hilt.
Yeah.
And you said that would be possible. I'm just suggesting that the somewhat of a distraction that Dash is making by twirling his pistols might add to a good time for Dash to throw his pistol down, and that sort of just...
That works for me. And then Oddball, what are you doing?
Surrendering.
Okay. So when you throw those down, you what do you call it? You can hear what do you call it? The stormtroopers all sort of, there's a couple of them that sort of holster their weapons and begin to draw restraints out, and that's when you hear what do you call it? Garai says, picks up or hears something on the comm, brings it up. Very well. Hold position, fire on them if they do anything. And you guys sort of, Garai looks over to his right, and you guys are on the ground, in effectively surrender position. There's a swirl of dust, and you see around the corner there is a robed figure that begins walking towards. Because your sense is active right now, Brent, Dash, you get sort of a knot in your gut as the powerful presence of a dark side user comes into range. This is no illusion. This is the dark side of the Force manifest. So the dust sort of swirls, obscuring this figure. And as this figure walks out, begins to walk closer, and the dust settles down, you can hear a distinctive sound.
Grandma?
which of you is Dashiell Vega? And you see the towering ebony form of the dark Lord of the Sith, Darth Vader, step out from the swirling sands. What do you guys say?
Well, I guess like he'll sense it anyway, so I guess I'll just stand up and face him.
Your presence here has been foreseen by one who would speak to you.
I'm gonna sort of stare at him. I know exactly who he's talking about, but
You came here to begin your journey towards mastery of the Force. He will show you the way to the dark side. Surrender, or your friends die.
Let them go.
I nod and I put my hands up and in front of me.
Okay. So Garai says, "Let him through." And you, what do? There's a little kind of path between you and Vader that's open.
I guess I just walk towards Vader.
Just try out the dark side for a bit, dude.
So as you walk towards Vader, so you get there, and he says, "Your lightsaber. Did you complete your training? Is it assembled?"
I don't. He's strong, right? I don't think I can. No, I'll admit it. I did.
Okay. Let me see it.
I hand it to him.
He takes it and activates it. Wow. Wow. Impressive. And he holds it out. This will be your first step. And he hands it back to you. Come. Rule has much to teach you. And Garai then says, "What about the rest of them?" And he says, "They are of no consequence. Kill them." And at that moment, you hear a squawking on the comm links. Is this on? Hello? Hello? It's Asher.
Bishop.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Asher.
Guys,
Where the hell are you?
where are you? Vader turns, "What is this?" Where? Guys, sorry about that. Tell me, did I ever tell you about the time I trained Cracian Thumpers on Rymar? And at that moment, you look down at the ground and you can see stones are beginning to rattle back and forth. Did I ever tell you about the worst time I had with it? It was when I had, you see, there's more rumbling. It feels like the earth itself is beginning to tremble. It was when we had a stampede. And at that moment, you sort of look off in one direction and you can see all these Cracian Thumpers, enough to almost fill the canyon, are charging down the canyon towards you guys with the Argent Shadow drifting lazily up and on top of it, driving the herd forward. Would you all please roll initiative?
Discipline?
Discipline, yes, please.
Check it out.
That's what's up.
Discipline.
2 advantage.
Boom.
2 success, 1 advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeff, how'd you do?
2 success, 1 advantage.
Okay, Cork? Oop. Sorry, Brett and Dave, how'd you guys do?
Go ahead.
I got Pash got nothing.
Nothing, okay.
Dash got 4 success, 1 advantage.
Nice. And Cork, how'd you do?
2 advantage.
2 advantage. Okay, so the order is going to be PC, 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 bad guys, and then PC, PC. So, who would like to go first?
Where are we relative to this charging force in the Argent Shadow?
You guys are about, they're going to be here at the start of next turn.
Are they coming from behind the stormtroopers in relation to us?
Yeah.
It came from behind.
The way I picture this is like you had a little sort of like, not a cave, but like a sort of an indentation is where you sort of tucked the Argent Shadow in before. And that then there's the canyon what runs sort of smooth along in one direction, and then it goes the other side, and it runs straight in both directions. You guys are sort of near where that indentation is, and that's where all the stormtroopers are glommed around you guys. And Vader is standing right next to sort of where Garai is, and then there is, of course, what's his name? Dash, who's standing with him, with Vader and with Garai. So, you guys, who would like to go first?
In a swirl of Twi'lek tentacles, Oscara dive rolls in the sand, grabs his gun, starts firing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make your roll.
All right. And so
to be honest, there's 50 of them, so you can just start blazing away. What are you trying to do by shooting them like that? Because it's going to be these things. The Crazy Thumpers are going to not Crazy Thumpers. The Chargers are going to be on you before, and you're not going to be able to shoot down 50 of these stormtroopers. So are you just trying to like disrupt them, or
I guess distract them, and then like I could probably just sort of retreat right as we're getting out of the way.
You're trying to cover their retreat?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So Scar's got up and he's blazing away with his heavy blaster, saying, "Run! Run!" Who's up next?
I will run.
You never get that many chances to shoot at Darth Vader, so Vendry's going to take his blaster rifle and pop off a shot at Darth Vader.
Corey, I absolutely love that idea, but I think you dropped your blaster rifle last time and didn't pick it up again.
No, I dropped my blaster pistol.
Oh, I'm sorry. And also, you would have picked up your rifle as well, too.
I wrote down dropped pistol, so...
Oh, okay, yeah. Don't worry, you got that back. You would have had time to pick up your shit before you carried on, so you didn't leave anything behind. Okay. So the shot against Vader is 4 reds and 2 blacks.
Nice.
Okay, hold on a second. So would that be ranged heavy or ranged light?
Ranged light.
I don't have anything that shoots ranged heavy?
I think your blaster carbine does.
Oh, no, my blaster rifle does too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, blaster rifle, blaster carbine.
Ranged heavy, because I get 1 yellow and 2 green from that then.
Oh, sweet, okay.
How many reds?
It is 4 reds and 2 blacks.
Corey, if you aim, you get a blue.
What's that?
If you aim, you get a blue.
I'll aim.
There are 3 light side points left.
How many?
3 light side points.
How many can you use at once?
1.
Oh, wait. If you double aim, you take 2 strain points, but you get 2 blues.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
How many? Can I get a light side point on this too?
You can, yeah. So
How many?
upgrade your dice.
To 2 yellows.
Yeah.
All right. This is Jesus.
Yeah.
I've never had this many stacked at once. Oh my God. You want to know what it says?
What's it say?
After like all of them spinning forever and all the dice rolls shitting out.
Does it just say roll new character?
No, it says 1 success.
Nice! That's awesome. So you're
I'd like to see you guys do that.
So you, what do you call it? You fire, and shockingly, that what do you call it? Like when he's hit by Luke in Empire, that's the sound he makes.
Nice.
So he distracts you, which means, Brent, effectively you can get away without Vader taking a pot shot at you.
Yeah, I will use this distraction to book it.
Okay. So you're running. Which are you running away from them, or what are you doing? What direction are you running?
Towards the Argent Shadow.
The Argent Shadow is flying, and it's behind the herd of these. What do you call it? The Chargers.
I'll run towards Oscara because he was providing covering fire.
Okay. So you could have dive and get behind him. Who would like to go next? We got one more before the bad guys go. Oh no, Corey, you went. So Vendry, Dash, and Oscara went. The Stormtroopers.
I commit my senses as an incidental.
Sure. I assume that you still had them committed, Brent.
Okay. Okay, I'll commit them from offense to defense, though.
Oh, I see. Okay, sure. Okay, so you know what? Okay, Brent. You know what you do is you get in there and rather than just like I don't want it to be mechanical or whatnot too. Is you're sort of you know that Wielders of the Force can reach the living minds of other things. So you get behind Oscara, who's sort of like opening fire, and you reach out towards the charging what do you call it? The Chargers, the massive Chargers, and you sort of try to force their minds to go around you.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. So then the Stormtroopers are firing on the on those things. Garai says no, and he tries to run after you, Brent, and is going to try and whack you with his what do you call it? His vibroblade.
I will try to dodge.
Okay. So you take more strain for that, don't you?
Yeah, 1 point of strain, but that with my defense ability, so I'll upgrade his attack 3 times and add a black to it.
At 3 times? Why 3?
The Force Sense, the defensive, upgrades the difficulty of the attack twice. The dodge would upgrade it once for a total of 3, and the defensive 1 point of my armor.
Okay, well, I'm going to spend a dark side point to upgrade his. Oh, and he's an adversary. Awesome. Okay, so... that ain't good. So 1, 2, 3, and how many, sorry, 1 or 2 blacks, Brent?
1 black.
1 black, okay. Oh, well, I got a triumph. Yeah, lots of other hits. So that will cancel that. Yeah, so he's not doing any damage to you, but he is inflicting a critical hit. Light or dark, Brent?
I will go with the light.
Okay. Target can only, you're slowed down. Target can only act during the last allied initiative slot on your next turn. So you're going to swap with whoever is last in this. Okay, and then Vader flashes his lightsaber. He looks at the oncoming Chargers, and then Force leaps up and lands on one of the pillars that Vendry had positioned himself on before.
Poor sleep.
So who are the two remaining? We got Oddball and we've got Pash. What are you guys doing?
Go ahead. Jeff.
All right. Is there any cover?
Dash and Oscara seem to be positioning themselves in kind of like in a point to try and Oscara seems to be turning his blaster and sort of firing at the oncoming chargers.
I'm definitely firing
And
sideways.
Dash is doing something with his hand. He's got tagged by what do you call it? What's his name? Garai. So yeah. Other than that, there's the depression or kind of open cave or whatever that you had parked the Argent Shadow in before.
Okay. Well, Oddball is trying to cower amongst his allies. He is just in shock at seeing Vader, and he is just sitting there saying, "Don't let them wipe me. Don't let them wipe me."
Okay, awesome. Okay, then Pash, what are you doing?
Is Vader still there?
Oh yeah. Oh, but he's left on top of the thing, so you don't really have you know where he's gone, but you can't see him.
Huh. You know what? I'm gonna take aim at the creature's heart and see if I can bring it down.
Remember, there's not one here. There's a wall of these things. It's a stampede of them.
No, wrong.
And just a reminder, this is what these things look like and their size is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Is Garai closer?
sorry?
Is Garai closer?
Oh yeah, Garai is short range away.
All right. Yeah. Let's go for him.
Okay. So he's an adversary, which means you upgrade your difficulty of all your attacks by 1, and you're suffering that wound still, so you're upgraded by 2. So your difficulty at short range will be 1 red and 1 purple. Sweden?
That's a fail, and
Nice, eh?
You feeling okay?
At least the heat.
Yeah.
So she's exhausted.
Good. Let's see.
Yeah. So how'd you do, Dave?
1 failure, 1 advantage.
Okay. I'm going to suggest that you give the advantage. Oh, you know, Garai's going to go before Brent anyway. Why don't you? Oh, you could recover a strain. Yeah, or you can give a blue to someone. You want to give a blue to Brent on his next check on Dash?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, Brent, you got a blue in your next action. Okay, then it is... okay, end of the round, top of the round. Oscara, what are you doing? You still...
Oscara, so we're still backing away. I mean, I guess...
Where are you trying to herd everyone towards? Here.
Good idea. I mean, I thought we were just sort of away from the stampeding, thingies, obviously.
Yep.
Over some ridge. I mean, we don't really want to fight people here if we can help it.
There's 3 light side points, any one of which could be used to alter the scene.
Ooh, isn't that is in fact true? Yes. Let's head over the ridge, shall we, boys? Who wants to head over the ridge? And then
Earthquake.
What's that?
Earthquake. Tectonic shift.
Exactly. Well, then let's try to get a pickup from Asher by getting over to our ridge to some cover here, and hopefully letting the stormtroopers be distracted by it.
Awesome.
All right.
Okay. So Oscara thinks he's got there's a way to get sort of out of the canyon, or a relatively easy way to get out of the canyon and get picked up by Asher. He's making the run and he's just blasting away while he's doing that. Next up is, okay, Dash, actually, you're dropped to the bottom of the initiative order. So, Vendry. What are you doing?
I want to spend a light side point to change the scene and make a tectonic event happen to this part of the planet.
Okay, remember that there is. Here's what I will say: is that remember that tectonic events are super, super, super rare on Femis. However, a whole herd of these things all in one place, in a location that just suffered one, there probably is going to be a bunch of like falling rocks and loose, stones and stuff like that. So effectively, the stormtroopers are not going. Let's just spend a point. Stormtroopers will not shoot you here. They're too occupied with falling debris or whatever else. So, where are you going? What are you doing this round?
Can I do that and follow Pash?
Absolutely.
Follow
Yeah.
Skara?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do that.
You do that, and then next up is the bad guy. So Garai is going to take another attack against you, Dash. I rolled all the bad shit as well, and he does not hit, but he gets an advantage, or 2 advantage. So he's swinging at you. He's like, "You will die!" And you're sort of ducking out of the way of this vibro blade while still maintaining your what do you call it? Your concentration on the oncoming swarm, which is going to hit at the end of this round. Next is Oddball. What are you doing? You see your allies kind of sort of making their way towards a rise.
I guess I start to get a little bit of a grip on myself, and I'm just following them, and like thinking back like to my last backup.
Okay. So you're racing towards them. The stormtroopers are a massive confusion at this point. They're blasting away towards the oncoming chargers. Maybe one drops, and then others kind of tumble as they go over him. So there's a little bit of an opening. Dash, what are you doing?
I guess I'll activate the lightsaber, but I'm gonna try and put myself between the charging beast and Garai, and trying to make where everyone else is going.
You're going to try and put the beast between you and Garai?
Like, I'm going to start moving the same way the rest of the group is, but these charging beasts are coming at me, right? So I'm going to try and weave them.
They're coming at all of you guys. Think of like a wave making its way down the canyon.
Right, and they're almost upon us, right?
Yep, that's right.
So do I have enough time to run to where everyone is out of the way, or am I going to have to be caught up in this?
Sure, no, you can get out of the way, yeah.
Okay, I will do that. And is that a maneuver to do this? Do I still have an action?
Maneuvers, that'll be your action for the round.
Okay.
Okay, so you activate the lightsaber and you leap back, and as you land, Garai says, "No, it's not possible." And then wham, the wave hits him, and he's lost in the stampede and fury of these things. So,
yes, Sika.
you guys are sort of like one near step. There's, you guys are all making your way up, and then one of the chargers kind of sees this as a shortcut, and it begins charging its way up towards you guys.
Oh.
So, top of the round, Oscar, what are you doing?
Wow.
Remember, these things are carnivorous as well.
Is there any point in shooting this thing?
You could.
Give it a whirl. All right. Why don't I try to take aim at this thing and shoot it in the face?
Okay, this is short range, so it's
Okay.
1. If you want to use full auto, it's 1 red.
Okay. So I hit it multiple times.
Yeah, you get to apply multiple hits against it.
Or go for a critical hit, I guess, if I don't, because I could either do a critical, but that's
What's the crit rating of your heavy?
Can you do both? Can you do both?
Oh yeah,
You
as
can
long as you
choose,
roll
right?
enough initiative
You can choose,
or enough
right.
advantage.
Right.
Yeah, as long as you roll enough advantage, you can. Your crit rating is a 3 though, so you would need 5 to do both.
Right. Yeah, let's do auto. Screw it.
Give 'em shit.
All right. And so it's 1 red, 1 purple.
1 red, and no, not 1 purple, just 1 red. Short range is
And it's
1.
already moved, so I can't use a blue in this. It hasn't gone yet in this initiative order. Well, has it? I don't know. I get a blue. I
it
have a
has
quick strike, so I would have a blue if it hadn't acted yet.
I'll give it to you, sure. Yeah, it's only recent. It's only just turned. It's sort of making its way up the rise towards where you guys are.
I was fucking standing.
Whoa!
Rocket.
Whoa! So this is coming charging at you. Whoa! Whoa!
Nice. That's very realistic. All right. And boom, baby. What do we got here?
Wow.
We got us. Okay, so
Holy
that is-
shit! So
Oh,
of all the
yeah.
things that Steve rolled, he rolled 1 failure. That's it for negatives.
Yeah, baby. So that
Wow.
gives us 3 hits and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 advantages.
That's you could buy 3 extra hits with your auto fire.
probably worth it, isn't it? I
Yeah.
guess instead of 2 crit. Yeah. I mean,
So and how many
rather-
hits did you roll?
So 3 hits.
3 success. So that's 13 damage with each hit.
Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah. So this thing's charging, and it's just being riddled by these heavy blaster bolts, and then it kind of hits the ground and rolls, and then kind of rolls off the side of the thing. You guys all really can't help but be impressed by Oscara's shot there.
Yeah, Vandry's just standing there with his mouth open.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay. Oscar turns to you and says, "You got that on film, right?"
And
So-
then Vendry just looks at his recorder that's sitting on his belt and then just shakes his head.
Okay, so that was Oscara. Vendry, what are you doing?
So
you guys-
what is our present situation? The Argent Shadow is coming to us.
The Ardent Shadow is, sort of like, you can see it, spinning around above you. You're going to get to the top of this rise, basically, and then try and get into the Ardent Shadow.
Okay.
Okay, so that's, everyone is going racing up the to the top. As you guys get to the top of there, you can hear blaster fire, the sound, the deafening thunderous sound of the chargers making their way down. And as you guys are running over to the Argent Shadow, you can see across, like kind of in the middle of the canyon, the single lone figure of Vader standing there with his lightsaber out,
Yeah.
the giant red lightsaber.
Between us and the Argent Shadow?
Sorry?
Between us and the Argent Shadow?
No, he's standing just watching you guys, effectively.
Oh, shit. Okay.
The Shadow, boom, he can't get to you, or at least he's choosing not to, or something. The doors are down, and you guys go all racing up onto this thing. As you go racing on board, it lurches to the side, and you all sort of, fall, or stagger and almost fall. The landing doors are not closing, so one of you sort of, kind of reaches over, hits it, and then it closes up. As you guys are I guess once you're on board, what are you doing?
Vendry is just going to pass by a reflective surface and check out the wound on his face.
What does it look like, Cork?
It's like, that was like a near explosion of a blaster, wasn't it?
It could be that, or a blaster bolt zipping past.
It's kind of like if blasters hit, if your face was like 6 inches away from a rock and it hit the rock, all the rock that breaks off is like sizzling hot shards. So
Yeah.
there's like a bunch of like almost like acid burns from his forehead down his cheek.
Okay. So, that's what it looks like. Okay, so then what are the rest of you guys doing? The ship seems to be lurching.
Asher, what are you doing? Good job.
Remember, like you guys, you're not like up right onto the bridge. This is a much
Okay.
bigger ship than your last one. You have to sort of run up to get to the bridge.
All right. Well, I should probably go to the medical bay. I don't have much strength left.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are the rest of you guys?
I'll yell at
Room.
Pash, you've got that ability to sort of effectively get into the cockpit if you want.
They do. Basically, Pash will run up the ramp
Yep.
right through to the bridge and basically leapfrog into his seat,
Nice.
and he'll say, "It is good to be home."
Nice. Okay, so you get into the seat, and and Asher kind of looks at you, and he's like, "This handle's much harder than it looks."
Dash will limp his way up to one of the turrets or one of the gunner chairs.
You're making your way towards the turrets. Pash, you're in the seat first. What are you doing?
Is everybody in?
Everyone's in.
Okay.
On the sensor, you glance over to Moen. Looks like your tie's inbound.
Muhammad Ali is dead at 74.
Is he really?
Oh.
That's right.
Holy shit.
It just came in.
Yeah. Jesus.
Okay. Sorry.
Sorry. So, Pash, there are ties inbound. What are you doing?
Yep. As soon as that cargo bay closes, Pash is punching full throttle.
The ship, leaps up, and you can see Vader sort of, we cut back to Vader as your ship is disappearing into the atmosphere. He's looking up at you guys and looking up at you guys. His dark form is a silhouette standing against the blazing sun of Themis. And then his lightsaber disengages, and all we hear is a but things are not over yet. As you get up into the upper atmosphere, you can pick up that there is a Star Destroyer that is orbiting this planet. And wow, there are ties inbound. It will be 3 rounds until you are able to jump to light speed. What are you doing?
Man.
Pash, or Dash is in one of the guns now. You were making your way back to Med Bay. Oddball and Vendry, what are you guys doing? Well, Vendry was sort of checking out his scars. Oddball, what are you doing?
Oddball has gone back to his room.
Okay.
Hey, Oddball, you can actually help with the fight. You can jam their comms and do other stuff.
Yeah, he knows.
Okay.
Upset, okay? So,
Looks like I better go to the gunning station if
Okay.
yeah.
So each you and Dash mount guns. So what are you guys doing? Pash, we'll go with you first, actually.
Alright, so Pash will go out to man the guns because we're turning around for a fight.
Okay. So everyone gets a chance to sort of get in position enough, and then what I'll let you make, because of you're sort of, if you're choosing to try and gain the advantage, that you will be you'll be acting first before the gunners go. And I'll let you go first before the TIE fighters. So there are 6 incoming TIEs in groups of 2 each.
Co-pilot.
Are they
Nice.
coming right up the front?
Say again, Dave?
Are they coming right up the front?
Yep.
Alright, you know what? I'm going to barrel roll the Archer Shadow and charge him straight on.
Okay. So mechanically speaking, are you trying to gain the advantage? Are you trying to line up on target? Are you trying to do evasive maneuvers? What are you trying to do here?
Yeah, let's say gain the advantage.
Okay. So go ahead. The difficulty for your pouting check is going to be hard. 3, what do you call it? 3 purples.
So if I'm co-piloting, do I give a blue to him?
You do, yes.
Okay.
You said 3 purples?
Yep.
Okay.
And just because it never hurts to see him again. Wow, wow, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, but
I've never seen
That's a fail and 2 advantage.
what'd you do? Did you
He
get failed?
Yep.
How did Pash fail the pouting check?
brain fart.
I don't. He rolled 4 yellow dice against 3 purple. His blue came up with nothing, and the 3 purple canceled out almost all the yellows. He got 2 advantage, but it was like those purples. 3 purples kicked the ass of 4 yellows.
Did you roll the blue that Vendry gave you?
Yep.
Ugh.
Nada.
Okay, so you sort of do this crazy barrel roll, and you think it's really this incredible, like, watch this, and then suddenly you've lined yourself up for a perfect shot from them, and Vendry's like, what am I looking at? So, well, you still benefit from the evasive maneuvers. You just don't. Everyone else has the same penalty. So, speaking of penalty, guys, you want to shoot?
Let's shoot.
I would like
Do I get quick strike on my gunnery?
You do not. Oh, yeah, sure, why not? Okay, so difficulty of gunnery is going to be 2.
2.
2 purples?
Die.
No, sorry, 1 red, 1 purple on account of the evasive maneuvers.
Boink.
What is Dash or Pash doing?
Pash?
Get it together.
They're asking what the hell is he doing because they can't, you're jerking the ship around so much they can't draw a good bead on these incoming ties.
All right, baby, here we go.
I'll try and aim anyway.
Shoot first, ask questions later.
Sure.
What do we got, baby? Those 2 cancel out. Then that means I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 advantage and 4 hits.
Oof.
Boom.
Brent, what's the damage of the cannons?
The cannons do 6.
Thank you.
Do we get critical stats?
Yeah, if you can. Yeah, the crit rating is
5.
I think the crit rating is 3 on these guns, aren't
Is it?
I think
I
so.
get 2 crits.
Correct. Yeah.
Wow. So you got 6 advantage.
Now, don't I have 6 advantage? And now I also have lethal blows. Does that work with
What's lethal blow?
Lethal blows gives me plus 20 on my critical
Sure.
hit rolls.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so take the percentile, and I'll say darks are 10 digits.
Now, can you get more than 1 critical hit on 1 shot? So I'm rolling twice for my critical hits?
Yep.
Oh yeah, let's do this. So I'm talking
So
about
hold on. So you did enough damage. Sorry, how many successes or hit?
There are 4 successes
4
and
successes.
6 advantage.
So pushes it to 10 damage. It's their minions. So one of the ties explodes,
Nice.
and I'll let you do a crit on the other one.
All right.
So go ahead and roll.
Blacks is 10s
Okay.
plus 20. So that is
27.
27. Yeah. All right.
So one of them losing power to shields. They don't have shields, so no real effect. Go ahead and roll again.
Tricky. All right. Black is 10s, 44, 42.
42 is Tailspin. All firing from the ship or vehicle suffers 2 blacks until the end of the pilot's next turn.
Nice.
All crew members are immobilized until the end of the pilot's next turn. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, so you rattle this thing. It's sort of one of them explodes, the other one kind of hits and kind of spinning around. So it's going to fire a significant penalty. Brent, how'd you do?
1 hit, 3 success. Or sorry, 1 success, 3 advantage is what I'm trying to get at.
Okay, do you want to trigger the critical hit?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
I don't. Give me a second to grab some percentile dice, unless you want to roll for me.
Steve, let Steve roll for you.
All right. Whites are 10s this time. Let's mix it up.
Whoa.
Nice. 86. All right.
It's a shields related thing. Brent, you think you hit the engine on this thing?
Nice.
So it blows. One of them blows out, and you did in total. 1 hit is 7 points of damage. So one of the ties is damaged but not destroyed. So right now you guys there are 5 ties left. Okay. So no one else. Vendry doesn't have any actions. He's co-piloting. Oddball, do you have any actions?
Yeah, he's made it back to his room, and he's pulled his backups out of where he keeps them hidden, and he's just checked to make sure that they're okay.
Oh, nice. Okay, it's still okay. It's still okay. All right,
Yeah.
so ties come in. Wow. My tie sound is fucking.
When you check your backups, by the way, there's like a one of the backups has a piece of tape on it, and it says Vendry and Melina.
That's awesome. Okay, so one of the ties, the one that you blew up, it comes in and fires. Oh, I forgot to roll the 2 blacks, actually. I'll apply that to the next tie. Okay, and there are 2 ties there. The 2 blacks. Okay, so one of them fires and does not connect. The other one, whoopsies, come here. Fires. Oh, and rolls a triumph, which I'm going to spend to do a critical hit on the Argent Shadow. So the Argent Shadow gets. Guys, light or dark?
Dark.
Dark? Good call this time. Good call. Tailspin. All firing from the ship suffers 2 blacks. So next round, guys, you take 2 blacks on all your gunnery.
Shit.
Rocks the ship. So in its the tail or the evasive maneuvers that Pash had implemented are even more out of control right now. And otherwise, it suffers. That cancels. That nothing. No, it does get hit. 1 hit. So 7 damage to the Argent Shadow.
Holy shoot!
Remember
How
to
much damage does it have left?
Like 23.
Oh, you know
Only
what,
3?
guys? I forgot, what are the shields in the front?
This
One in the front.
Okay, ignore the damage. I just rolled the shields. I forgot to roll that, so it missed actually, or it hit the shields.
Oh.
And final shot against you guys. 2 blacks from the shields, 1 black from the
for the
shields.
record, it can take 30 damage
Okay.
for those asking.
Well, that's good because it just got hit. One cancels out 3. That means 6, 9 points of damage.
Can I do something weird?
What's that?
I'm wondering if I can use deception on a technical skill.
What were you trying to do with it?
I want to vent gas out of the port side of the Argent Shadow and turn all the lights off and like pretend that it's dead until the
You guys are 2 rounds away from jumping to light speed.
2 rounds still.
Yeah, well, so you suggest that to Pash? Pash, you're the pilot.
Yeah,
What do
I'm
you think?
thinking like we'll just pretend the ship is immobilized. Tell them we're ready for them to board and we surrender, and then wait 2 rounds, and then boom, hyperspace.
What do you guys think?
Don't we need can we play dead and still have the hyperdrive engines on? Like, is that possible?
We're just turning the lights off, right?
If Oddball makes a hard mechanics check, I'll allow it. So it's 4 purple. What do you think, Odd? Can you do that?
He'll try it.
Okay. I'm gonna. There is actually a moment. There is 1 light side point left.
Use it.
All right, sure.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that
so
upgrades one of my greens to a yellow.
Guys, did I not mention that when the Destiny pool becomes all dark side, you all take 5 strain? Totally. That's because it does it.
Hey, Kev.
Yeah.
If if Pash is not piloting because we're gone dead, if he switched to astrogation, he halves the time to prepare the jump.
I'm accounting for that in the estimate of 3. That's why you did 3 rounds to jump. Like, you guys got in there, and he's like, just plugging away. So that's accounting for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was a 1 failure, 1 advantage.
Ooh.
After
So
all that.
there will be 1 round of the ties coming in. So what happens is you guys shut everything down, and then what do you call it? So Corey, did you say that you called out that you surrender?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you call it? The ties all come flying past you. They don't seem to be attacking, but then when you finally reach that 3rd round, Pash, you are what do you call it? Excuse me. You've got the calculations made. Now, what's his name? Oddball failed here. Do you guys have anything that you could do to try and mitigate that? The guys in the gunnery, I don't think you could really do much of anything. But Vendry and Pash, what are you thinking?
What do you mean, like
So what
to
is-
help him? Help him do what?
Yeah, basically, so you're like, all ready to go, and now the power comes back on, but there's still it's essentially trying to turn over to get the hyperdrive active. It's not designed to do this shit, and like Oddball's great, but it just didn't work. So it's not quite ready to go, which means the ties are all turning around and coming in for 1 more attack.
You know what? Can I?
Part of the reason Oddball failed is he was busy erasing the tape that he found of his that had been damaged.
Guys, I'm spending a dark side point to upgrade one of the attacks, so there's one light side point in the pool. I just rolled a triumph, which means another critical hit. The 1, 2 cancels. You take 7 more points of damage, and let's see here. Ooh, and a component is hit.
Oh shit. Oh no.
So, do 2 actions this turn.
Hey, where is it? Either they put everything on the character sheet except for the critical hit tables.
Oh, who's the shield? Who's the shield? You're in mechanics. You're in mechanics. If you make it, you can make it. You reduce the damage.
Oh, shields are down, guys.
Ooh.
Next attack, spending 1 more dark side point, so there are now 2 light side in the pool.
Can Cash use his mechanics to try and boost the shields temporarily to get them back on?
No, they're kaput right now. You hit for another 7 points. And finally...
Armor still works even without shields, right?
That's right, yeah, your armor still works.
Can we return fire at all?
Final one misses. No, unfortunately, power hasn't come up to everything yet. So now it's the start of your next turn. Oddball, I'm going to let you make another mechanics check against the same difficulty. There are 2 light side points in the pool. Anyone else?
I'll spend a light side point on it this time.
Okay.
I'm just going to crush it this time.
Yeah, here we go.
3 advantage, no success.
3 advantage. Okay. So, someone else want to make that mechanics roll?
Yeah, I'll try it.
Go ahead, and there is 1 light side point left.
As a matter of fact, Kev, because I've got Master Pilot, I can take 2 strain to perform any action as a maneuver instead. So, can I turn that mechanics check into a maneuver?
Yeah.
Nice.
Do you want to spend the light side point too?
Okay,
Yes.
what's the difficulty?
Difficulty is 4 purple.
Okay, yeah, might as well.
Okay.
Boom.
And I'll give you 1 blue because Vendry is probably helping you as well.
Yeah.
Moral support.
And you get 2 blues from the 3 advantage that Oddball rolled.
Nice.
Vendry's version of help is like, no, you're doing it wrong.
Oh, out of all that, I got 1 success.
Yay!
Oh, nice.
Okay, so the ties all kind of turn around in formation. They're all coming up on the now defenseless Argent Shadow. All coming in. The Star Destroyer is drifting closer into range. Vader says on his comm, "Commander, do you have them?" And we cut back to the space where the ties come in and begin like firing as if they're going to strafe it. And Vendry yells, "No, there!" And boom, you hit something, and the stars all begin to stream across your window, and then you drop into a hyperspace. We now cut to the bridge of that Star Destroyer, and you hear through the comm, "Commander, do you have them? Commander?" And you see everyone on the bridge kind of like sheepishly looks at each other and then looks at the commander, and he's like, and the thing, Iris is in, and that's where we'll leave the session and the season.
Nice.
So, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for this first season of the Star Wars Shadows of the Rebellion. In 2 weeks' time, we will not be back playing this game, but in 3 weeks' time, we'll be kicking off Season 2 with a very special, extra long session. So please join us back again for that. Until then, may the Force be with everyone, and thank you very much for viewing.